Chapter 1382. Someone collected it, not destroyed it. At this moment, someone outside the secret realm chuckled. Just collect it. If he was worried that the mystic realm would shatter on its own, and the seed would escape, that would be troublesome. Now, things were not bad. Someone was collecting the seeds, so all he had to do was snatch the seeds while the other party was digesting the seeds. The power of the seed was so great that even Breakthrough 9 would not be able to absorb it so quickly. Just then, the expressions of the Divine Emperor and the others changed slightly. There seemed to be some movement at the three gates. On one side were the seeds, and on the other side were the three gates. The movements of the three gates were not too big, but the few of them did feel it. At this moment, should he return to guard the three gates, or continue to wait? In that instant of hesitation, the egg-like mystic realm in front of him began to shatter. At this moment, a figure appeared in front of everyone. Ha ha ha, the seed is mine. At this time, Fong Ping had covered the sky with one hand, enveloping the seed. He could also see the crowd outside. These people were waiting outside. There were many black cracks around the mystic realm, but they couldn't stop these people. Fong Ping saw the illusory figure of the Emperor God, the smiling Emperor West, the Beast Emperor with a cold glint in his eyes. Many emperors were outside at the moment. The boundary point was the intersection of the ninth heavens, the real world, and the source universe. Only in this place could experts from different places move unimpeded. These people did not reveal a strong qi dynamic. However, with just a glance, Fong Ping sighed softly in his heart. Danger! As expected, these people were no longer in the state they were in when they had just broken through to the ninth level. He was much stronger than he was back then. It was no wonder the Tao tree did not dare to proclaim itself sovereign. That was because the Tao tree was still a far cry from these people. Fong Ping. Someone shouted Fong Ping's name. Fong Ping glanced over. It was a familiar face, Ran Huang. At this moment, the Ran Huang emerged from the void. Because the seed had not been completely collected, they did not come in either. There was still a thin membrane between them. Ran Huang's eyes seemed to be a little complicated. He shouted and sighed. It was as if he was saying that Fong Ping should not have come to collect the seeds. He could let anyone come to collect it. The sovereign realm cultivators might not kill him. At most, they would just take the seed. But Fong Ping, it had become a big problem. The broken 9 Tao tree had been slain by Fong Ping. Right now, even if Fong Ping's qi activity was only at broken 8, in order to prevent Fong Ping from going out of control, this time, someone would definitely kill him. How could Fong Ping, who had broken 8, go up against an emperor? A dead end. Waiting to kill me? Or do you want to snatch my seed? Fong Ping collected the seeds while looking at the world beyond the thin membrane. He laughed and said, "If you want to kill me, I'll fight back." At critical moments, it would not be a problem for him to unleash 60 million calories of vitality. He wondered if he could kill one of them. Human Emperor, tell me, who is the weakest? Let me try killing one of them. Fong Ping laughed out loud. His red hair danced in the wind, making him even more flamboyant. He was just that arrogant. In any case, he had already offended those who should be offended. So why would he care about this? I can't kill you, I can't beat you, but I'll King take advantage of you. I'll scold you until you're unhappy. Before the seeds were completely collected, Fong Ping looked around and chuckled. A bunch of old fogies have finally shown up. So many people have died in the 3 realms, but you guys still haven't died. There's really no justice in this world. This world is really useless. Why isn't there a lightning tribulation? Why don't I strike once every 1,000 years, each time stronger than the last, and strike all of you to death? Wouldn't that be the end of it? What a pity. Isn't the seed the source of power in the 3 realms? If I don't die later, I'll get the seed and make a rule to specifically create a lightning tribulation. I'll let you guys live for 1,000 years. If you exceed 1,000 years, I'll be struck by lightning and kill you old fogies." The emperors were silent. No one paid attention to him. They were all waiting. Fang Ping, however, slowed down. He was not in a hurry. He chuckled and said, Look at your grandpa. I want you guys to be anxious. I'll take my time. Human Emperor, come, kneel down and call me Daddy. You'll be the first one I collect the seeds." Human Emperor's expression did not change. He did not reply. Emperor West sighed. He had chosen the path of death. The next moment, some people saw Spirit Emperor, and some saw Wang Jinyang. In the void, a figure with an unfathomable aura emerged. He looked at Wang Jinyang, his expression changing. He said softly, "Is it a battle?" "Emperor of Heaven, reverse." He looked similar to the Emperor of Heaven reverse that the Emperor God had transformed into, except that he did not smile. Battle. As soon as he said that, many people looked at Wang Jinyang. Some frowned, some sighed. Was it a battle or Wang Jinyang? At the moment, it was hard to tell. At the same time, another powerful warrior descended from the sky. He was wearing a blood-red robe, holding a long sword in his hand. He was full of heroic spirit, but there was a hint of melancholy between his eyebrows. Spirit Emperor. Spirit Emperor's real body had arrived. Looking at the Spirit Emperor's avatar in the secret realm, he frowned and said softly, 10,000 years ago, you lost contact with me. I thought you had collapsed. I didn't expect that you were still alive. 10,000 years ago, that was when the Avatar entered this place. As soon as he entered this place, the Avatar lost contact with his real body. At this moment, the Avatar sneered. He flew into the sky, looked at the Spirit Emperor in the eye, and said coldly, "If a piece of trash like you can survive, why can't I?" The Spirit Emperor frowned and said nothing. Fang Ping, on the other hand, glanced at the Avatar behind him. It was better to be on guard in case he was plotted against. At the moment, he was compressing the seed projection. This seed projection seemed to be waking up. It was like a silkworm baby, with no eyes or head. But at this moment, there seemed to be a crack on the white and chubby seed, as if someone was smacking his lips in sleep. Was the seed about to wake up? Fang Ping did not know, but he did not care and continued compressing. This was good stuff. Really good stuff. Even if the seed was not broken, he could feel endless vitality. Even his blood was boiling. That was true blood boiling. This seed contained a large amount of vitality and some true blood. Fang Ping was considering whether he should just swallow the seed and be done with it. He was afraid that he would explode. After all, he was only at break 8. Just the vitality that this seed exuded was enough for many break 8 to forge their jade bones. The power contained in the seed was even stronger. If the Tao tree swallowed the seed, it could become an emperor. There was a chance that it could increase vitality by tens of millions of cal. If Fang Ping swallowed it, there was a higher chance that he would explode. At this moment, Fang Ping did not care about the conflict between the Spirit Emperor's real body and Avatar. He looked at Heavenly Emperor Zhan from the corner of his eyes. He did not know who Heavenly Emperor Zhan was going to shoot. Could this guy really save him? Once the seed was taken, this place would be completely destroyed. The Emperor would definitely attack him. Fang Ping felt that he could not withstand the Emperor's attacks. Maybe 3 moves, maybe 1 move, and he would explode. On the other side, at the black hole, old Zhang looked nervous. He was prepared to cut off his Tao at any time. At least there was a chance for Fang Ping to escape. The emperors did not look at Fang Ping. They were mainly looking at the Spirit Emperor and Heavenly Emperor Zhan. The God Emperor placed his hands behind his back. He stared at Heavenly Emperor Jean and said slowly, Jean, do you still have any last wishes? Heavenly Emperor Jean looked up and chuckled. Greetings, Master. Master, I still want to take a look at the three realms. I haven't seen it for many years. I wonder if Master is willing to fulfill my last wish. Take a look at the three realms, the God Emperor murmured. The three realms is no longer the three realms of the past. Heavenly Emperor Jean smiled and did not say anything. In the void, someone said coldly, Jean, you have already fallen. You are just a remnant soul projection. What else do you want? Senior Emperor Nan is here too. Heavenly Emperor Jean smiled again. Senior, Jean does not want anything. I just want to go to the three realms and take another look. Emperor Nan did not say anything. At this moment, the seed in front of Fang Ping was getting smaller and smaller. It was being compressed until it was about to become a real seed. Fang Ping took a deep breath. He was prepared to run at any time. He was not stupid. He would not wait for death here. After collecting the seed, he would run immediately. He would run as far as he could. If he could not run, then he would think about it again. However, Fang Ping still wanted to fight for a chance for himself. At this moment, he hurriedly said, Emperor West, help me stop them. Otherwise, if I die, the humans will definitely not let your son go. There is a high chance that they will kill your son. North Emperor, do me a favor. I promised to resurrect your Taoist partner. Your daughter is also in the human race. Help me stop these guys. Spirit Emperor, although we are not friends, you are friends with the cat. Do me a favor. The three of you, please help me stop those fellows. Be sovereign. I helped you kill the Tao tree and saved your life. Otherwise, when the Tao tree becomes insovereign, the God sovereign will kill you. The 8 sovereigns and 1 emperor were probably all here. 9 people. At this moment, Fang Ping was trying to rope in as many people as he could. If the 4 sovereigns were to help, he still had hope. Fang Ping felt that he could save him. Heavenly Emperor, reverse. You are my brother. Do me a favor. Let me go this time. When we meet again, we will be friends. Emperor Nan, I have no enmity with you. You are not thinking of attacking me, are you? Emperor East, Heavenly Emperor Jean is your disciple. Emperor, although we have some enmity, it is not a big deal. How about you don't do anything? I will let the humans build a temple for you. How about that? No one answered. Fang Ping's mouth was dry. He laughed dryly. Let's talk this out. Don't kill me the moment you come. I know a lot of secrets. I even know where the real seed is. If you don't kill me, I will help you find the real seed. Fang Ping, the God Emperor said slowly, if you give up the seed now, you still have a chance to leave. The seed was compressed to the size of a fist. Fang Ping felt that if he compressed it a little more, the arcane realm would be completely shattered. These people would no longer have any scruples. Give up now. If he gave up, the seed would belong to the sovereigns. If the sovereigns found the real seed based on this, would a war break out on Earth? The probability was not small, or rather, it was inevitable. If that happened, Earth would be destroyed. F***CK. Fang Ping cursed. I don't want to be a hero. I will leave, okay? You guys fight all you want. I will find a place to hide. Fang Ping cursed. What was he doing? I don't want it, okay? The sovereigns looked a little strange. Was this the self-proclaimed Devil King Fang Ping? However, a devil was a devil. Temperamental. He had just said that he did not want to be a hero. In the next moment, Fang Ping cursed, God Emperor, I will F***CK, your ancestors. Did I offend you? Do you have to force me? Can't you let me play with the seed projection for a few days? Mother****, I won't let you even if I have to. Heavenly Emperor reverse. Catch. At this moment, there was a loud bang. The seed was compressed by Fong Ping like a silkworm baby. It fell into Fong Ping's hands. With a bang, the entire arcane realm began to shatter. Fong Ping, on the other hand, threw the silkworm baby outside, in the direction of Heavenly Emperor reverse. At this moment, 7 or 8 giant hands came covering the sky. Some grabbed the seed. Some grabbed Fong Ping. The seed shot out. Fong Ping threw it in the direction of Heavenly Emperor reverse. Heavenly Emperor reverse's speed was extremely fast. He caught the seed in the blink of an eye. This grab. In the next moment, Heavenly Emperor reverse could not help but laugh. Fong Ping, you... With a sigh, Heavenly Emperor reverse crushed the white object in his hand. It was not a seed. At this moment, Fong Ping was still playing tricks. When he threw the seed, the arcane realm shattered. Fong Ping dashed toward the black hole. Run! Not only that, Fong Ping shouted quickly. Heavenly Emperor reverse snatched the true seed. He replaced the seed. A chuckle was heard. Heavenly Emperor reverse stretched out his hand. Fong Ping, give me the seed. I won't kill you. On the other side, the God Emperor did not say a word. His giant hands were already coming toward Fong Ping. Do it! Old Wang's voice suddenly came from Heavenly Emperor reverse. Seeing Fong Ping being chased by several giant hands at an incredible speed before the hands even reached him, Fong Ping seemed to be stuck in a quagmire, struggling to move. Old Wang started to panic. I told you not to be reckless. Heavenly Emperor reverse was still in the mood to talk about this. He took out the God of War bow slowly and looked at the Spirit Emperor avatar. The Spirit Emperor avatar snorted and looked at the Spirit Emperor in the void. I wanted to fight with you, but I'm afraid I can't kill you. If that's the case, I'll go and ask that person. Who are you? A harsh laugh came from the Spirit Emperor avatar. In the next moment, the Spirit Emperor avatar suddenly exploded. Countless pieces of blood and bones were shattered. On the shoulder, the 3 cats cried. Meow. The Spirit Emperor avatar suddenly self-destructed. Master! The 3 cats cried. Big drops of tears were dripping down their cheeks. At this moment, they looked at the blue cat and the second cat. The 3 cats' fat bodies were also shattering. They meowed. I'm leaving. Big cat, second cat, let's eat together next time. It's delicious, so delicious. A white bead was swallowed by them. With a boom, a large amount of vitality exploded. So delicious, so sweet. Thank you, Big Cat. A smile appeared on the 3 cats' faces, and their fat bodies exploded with a loud boom. Endless vitality surged into the Spirit Emperor avatar's body. Stupid cat. At this moment, the Spirit Emperor avatar seemed to be on the verge of tears. Not good. At this moment, one of the emperors exclaimed. Everything seemed slow, but it was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, the Spirit Emperor avatar's body suddenly turned into a ball of blood-red liquid. Almost instantly, the blood-red liquid gradually elongated. At this moment, it turned into a blood-red arrow. It turned into a long arrow. Big cat, second cat, I'm leaving. The 3 cats' reluctant voice sounded again. It was trembling a little, but it also had a hint of relief. It was leaving. It was leaving with its master. 80,000 years. It had been so long. The second cat laughed. It laughed so hard that it wanted to cry, but there were no tears to shed. The blue cat was really crying. Drip, drip. Drops of tears fell. The 3 cats were dead. The heavenly battle arch also sighed. With a wave of his hand, the blood-red arrow landed on his bow. The heavenly battle, the arch, pointed the arrow at the emperors. At this moment, his aura suddenly shot up into the sky, and his killing intent shook the sky. Everyone! Back then, I didn't shoot that arrow, and it cost the lives of Mia and the fool. Today, I'll send all of you on your way. Ha ha ha. This hearty laughter was a little more domineering and a little more murderous. Fight! How dare you? Bastard! Shouts and scoldings were heard. No one cared about Fong Ping anymore. Heavenly Battle the Arch had a smile on his face, but his smile was a little strange. At this moment, the longbow was knocked, but he did not shoot the arrow. It was as if he had some bad taste. He waved the longbow and laughed. Everyone, don't come close. If you do, it'll be whoever is closest to you. At this moment, even the Emperor God's expression changed. He shouted, Battle, what are you doing? Master, it's fine. I won't kill you. Heavenly Battle the Arch was very relaxed, as if he was never anxious. He looked at Fong Ping and laughed. Killing one person is useless. I can kill one of them. Even my strongest teacher, His Excellency the Divine Emperor, will be severely injured if I shoot him with an arrow. However, I'll leave the opportunity to you. 3 months is too short. I don't like killing, and I don't like killing people. I prefer to discuss and learn from each other. It's a pity. I'll let you be the executioner and butcher. Heavenly Battle, the Arch sighed. I'll give this arrow to the Celestial Emperor. From today onwards, the gap in the source will be bigger. The 9 emperors will need to return to the source to suppress it. You fight to become stronger. Fight. The emperors roared. Jean did not want to kill them. He wanted to break the source ground. Stop being so noisy. Do you really want me to kill all of you with this arrow? Heavenly Battle, the Arch drew his bow. Vitality was boiling on the blood arrow. Using the Spirit Emperor's avatar as the arrow, using the projection as the source of energy. He did not want to kill the emperors. Instead, he wanted to break the source ground and let the 9 emperors return. Move aside. Master, please move aside. I don't want to hurt you. East Emperor Master, although your combat strength is unparalleled, this arrow of mine can still injure you. Please move aside. I'm afraid I might miss. Heavenly Battle, the Arch started nagging again. He laughed. Everyone, please move aside. Senior Spirit Emperor's avatar is about to dissipate. I still want to see the Celestial Emperor. Don't let the last of her consciousness dissipate. Hurry up! A cold shout rang out from the blood arrow. The clone of the Spirit Emperor was enraged. What nonsense are you spouting? Battle, Heavenly, the Arch laughed. It's not that easy to locate your position. Wait a moment and hold on a little longer. If you can't do it, I'll kill an emperor. Can I kill your real body? Then cut the crap. The heaven battling the Arch arched his bow, as though he was trying to pinpoint the source. However, his figures started to turn illusory. At this moment, he was talking about the heavenly battle, the Arch one moment, and Lao Wang the next. On his shoulder, Second Cat looked at Old Cat and giggled. Big Cat, don't cry. I'm leaving too. Don't cry. The Emperor beverage is really delicious. Let's drink it together next time. I'm going to look for Third Cat. As soon as it finished speaking, the Second Cat's figure became even more illusory. Jean Tiendi's face turned even paler. The emperors quickly avoided him. Even if someone scolded them, they still quickly avoided him. The arrow light rose. Rumble! The 3 realms were trembling. In the 9 heavens, the immortal origin was trembling. In the depths of the source, the 3 gates were trembling. The arrow light pierced through the 3 realms, growing sharper and sharper. Meow. Old Cat meowed sorrowfully. Third Cat was already dead, and Second Cat seemed to be dying soon. At this moment, Second Cat smiled at it and swallowed the Emperor's life essence. So delicious. Second cat was overjoyed. It's really delicious. Big cat, eat more for me. And third cat, if you don't eat enough, don't come looking for us. Fight. The god emperor's expression was solemn. Seeing that the heaven battling the arch was still in position, he shouted, "Attack together." They could not let the arrows hit the source. Otherwise, the flaw in the source would expand. The 9 emperors had just broken free from some restraints and would soon fall back into the state they had been in for thousands of years. They would need to hibernate again to suppress the source. "Master, why do you have to treat me like this?" The heaven battling the arch was helpless. Back then, I had already given up everything. Why do I have to do this? At this moment, a blood-colored saber appeared in the heaven battling Thearcha's hand. "I'll slash you first before shooting the arrow." As soon as he finished speaking, rumble, a ray of saber chi pierced through the heavens and the 9 heavens. Even the immortal origin dimmed. The saber chi headed straight for the god emperor. The sovereigns yelled and made their moves. Fang Ping hid behind the heaven battling the arch. Even though the pressure was shouldering by the heaven battling the arch, Fang Ping still felt a great sense of danger. His flesh and blood were falling off, and he was losing his mind. The sovereigns had made their moves. Even though it was just the aftermath, with so many of them, Fang Ping was still facing the threat of death. Meow! At this moment, the heaven battling the arch came back to his senses. He stopped crying and let out a shrill roar. With a rumble, the pressure was broken. The heaven battling, the arch paused, and blood seeped out from the corner of his mouth. "Two cat goodbye. Big cat goodbye." Little two cat lay on heaven battling Thearcha's shoulder and waved its paw again. At this moment, the heaven battling the arch grinned. "Found it! Break!" A shout shook the 3 worlds. An arrow of blood pierced through the sky and the earth. The god emperor reached out his hand, and with a swish, the arrow pierced through his palm. The heaven battling the arch frowned and reached out his hand as well. Right at that moment, a fat cat suddenly popped up from the blood arrow and bit at Emperor of Heaven Reverse's hand. "Master, go! Stupid cat!" Emperor Chunling's avatar bellowed. With a rumble, the 3 phantoms of the 3 cats were shattered. There were no more 3 cats in the world. The blood arrow ignited. With a honglong sound, its speed became even faster. Emperor Nan and the others took action, but failed to stop the blood arrow. Emperor Chunling was about to help when he snorted and stopped. He vanished from the spot and returned to the 9 levels of heaven. Battle! The god emperors and the others were enraged as they looked at the illusionary Zhan Tiandi. Heaven battling the arch was not in a hurry. He listened to something and chuckled. "Can we wait? I want to hear something. Can we wait?" At this moment, the blood arrow pierced through the Origin universe. All the Origin realm warriors felt something was wrong. A blood-red arrow pierced through the entire Origin universe and headed toward the depth of the Origin universe. Poof! The next moment, the blood arrow disappeared as if it had pierced through something. However, at this moment, all the Origin realm warriors trembled, and so did the Tao. In addition, the deity source in the sky was trembling as well. The next moment, a huge shadow that seemed to cover the 3 worlds appeared. A figure, just like the person Fang Ping saw at the Origin universe. A sleeping figure. At this moment, a blood arrow pierced through the figure. A slender figure appeared beside the figure, Emperor Chunling's clone. The 2 of them seemed to be talking. The sleeping figure also seemed to be opening his eyes, and everyone saw this scene. The eyes slowly opened. The next moment, a sigh resounded throughout the 3 worlds. Kaboom! The slender figure suddenly exploded. The blood-colored arrow pierced through the slumbering man with a poochie sound. The origin universe must not be messed up. An inaudible voice spread in all directions. The Emperor's expressions changed again. At this moment, the origin universe shook violently. Above the immortal source, large amounts of blood gushed out, and the three worlds rained blood. The emperors roared in anger. The origin universe was still pierced through. The celestial emperor, who was suppressing the origin universe, was injured. It was not a light injury. Battle. Heaven battling Thearchus' face was extremely pale and illusory. He chuckled. I didn't hear it. Everyone should leave. At this moment, the Emperor God snorted and shouted, Go to the origin universe. Having said that, he slammed his palm toward Fong Ping. Even if there were changes to the origin universe, he had to kill Fong Ping now to prevent any unforeseen events. At this moment, Heaven battling Thearchus' eyes glinted coldly. Two Cat, you have to leave first. Meow. With a meow, Two Cat turned into a transparent arrow in the blink of an eye. Master, you're so stubborn. Kaboom. The arrow shot out instantly. Kaboom. An earth-shattering sound was heard. The Emperor God grunted. At this moment, there was a shaking arrow stuck in his forehead. Big Cat, goodbye. Two Cats' figure appeared and clawed at the Emperor God's face. Uffed. Streaks of blood appeared on the Emperor God's face. With a cold snort, Two Cat exploded. The arrow was smashed. The Emperor God was indifferent. He reached out and grabbed again. At this moment, a ball shot toward him. Kaboom! The giant hand was smashed into pieces. Heaven-suppressing King flew across the sky. His face was pale as he glared at the Emperor God and Heaven-battling Narch. F***CK. You did it on purpose. This bastard pierced through my origin universe. Heaven-battling Narch smiled slowly. I'm saving you. Otherwise, you'll fall asleep too. I'll leave it to you. After saying that, Heaven-battling Narch stepped on the air and left, laughing heartily. Slow down, Two Cat. I still want to take a look at the three realms. Meow. In the void, the faint sound of a cat's meow could be heard. On Fong Ping's shoulder, the cat was already crying. Two Cat, Three Cat, we're all dead. Heaven-battling Narch was going to die too. The Spirit Emperor's avatar was dead too. The three realms would never see them again. Fong Ping's expression was complicated. Suddenly, his expression turned ruthless. He turned and slashed. Heaven-suppressing King had just thrown a punch. The Emperor God's aura seemed to be unstable, causing the punch to explode. Fong Ping slashed and cut off one of the Emperor God's fingers. The Emperor God's expression was cold. He glanced at him and then at Heaven-suppressing King. At this moment, the origin was shaking violently. Someone shouted, Leave! The Emperor God sighed softly. See you next time. There was a loud bang. The Emperor God disappeared. The origin universe shook even more violently. Go! Heaven-suppressing King was also spitting out blood. He shouted, Go! This place is going to collapse. Leave now. Rumble! Fong Ping was pulled by Heaven-suppressing King. At this moment, he and the cat looked back. They looked at Heaven-battling Narch, who was about to disappear. They looked at the Emperor God, who had disappeared. Fong Ping snorted. Next time, I'll kill you all. Rumble! Heaven and earth collapsed. Fong Ping and the rest entered the black hole instantly. The passageway was also collapsing rapidly. Chapter 1383. The sky wept. The heavens were weeping. A rain of blood poured down, and the three realms trembled. The heavenly Thearchus' arrow caused heaven and earth to crumble, the immortal origin to crack, and the origin to be destroyed. In this life, an arrow that he had never shot out appeared in this world today. He used 9 Shatterer as an arrow and himself as a sacrifice. Although it was only a projection, it still shook the 3 realms. The 8 sovereigns and 1 emperor had no choice but to return to their source and suppress it. The essence of the 3 realms trembled. At this moment, even the Origin Tao martial artists felt like they were in a precarious situation. Jean, on the other hand, didn't care about that. The illusory figure crossed the heavenly tomb and walked to the Sea of Bitterness. The Sea of Bitterness is still so big. Walking on the sea, his feet stepped on the seawater. The seawater that could corrode everything could not hurt him at all. Second cat, walk faster. There are so many fish. Jean Tiendi stepped on the seawater happily. With a smile on his face, his eyes were exceptionally clear. In the past, I was too embarrassed to tread on water like this. When I was young, swimming in the water was much more carefree. The water of the Sea of Misery is not clear enough. Jean, heavenly Darch stepped on the water and continued forward. He caught a big fish, tossed it into the air a few times, and quickly dropped it. The big fish was terrified. It dove into the water and fled thousands of miles away, only to discover that there was an extra strand of pure vitality in its body. He stepped on a turtle and wandered for 10,000 miles. Then he switched to a giant whale and continued onward. There was an island ahead. Jean Tian Di disappeared in a flash, walking on the huge island without anyone noticing. Beginner, Jean Tiendi had a smile on his face. It was a familiar feeling, a familiar martial Tao. Unfortunately, it was no longer as pure as it was in the past. After wandering around for a while, he found some food in his hands. He sighed, I have no money, so I took it without asking. When you have time, you can return it to me. All right. Lao Wang responded and didn't say anything else. The heavenly battle, Darch, was about to perish. Since that was the case, some food was enough to satisfy him. Everyone has the desire for good food. It's wrong to mock a cat. Jean continued walking. He changed to another continent, and after another round, he had more toys in his hands. It's wrong to have too much fun and distract oneself from one's ambition. Jean blamed himself and quickly laughed. I'm already dead. Who cares if he's right or wrong? He held a rattle drum in his hand and shook it. The sound of the drum was endless. Eating delicious food and playing with children's toys, Jean was very satisfied. It's a pity that second cat can't eat and play with me. But if I help it eat and play, it will be very happy. Walking, laughing, eating, and playing, how many years has it been? How could he be so unbridled? How could he not care about anything? The world? Great Tao? Empire? What was that? I will fight. Fight to the death. He was already dead, so there was no need to think too much about it. Your Tao is 2 false and 1 true. At this moment, Jean suddenly spoke to old Wang. With a smile still on his face, he said as he walked, the Tao of Qi and blood is real, and the other 2 are fake. The Tao of Qi and blood leads directly to the origin. This is the true Tao, and the Gate of Void has already been opened. This time, I will help you reach the Gate of Void. Lao Wang did not say anything. Reaching the Gate of Void was equivalent to breaking 8. The first door had been opened, and that was the true breaking 8. Walk the Tao of Qi and blood first. The other 2 Taos will be seen in the future. Jean ate his buns until his mouth was full of oil. He smiled and said, Don't always think that the ultimate Tao is not good. Who says that the ultimate Tao is not good? I am walking the ultimate Tao. Isn't it good? If we really fight one-on-one, the God Emperor might not be as powerful as me. So what if I don't become an emperor? I will have more freedom if I don't become an emperor. I will start with the ultimate Tao of Qi and blood first, then slowly cultivate. It will not be too late to walk after I have found the true Tao. Of course, I might not have the origin Tao in the future, but the power of the ultimate Tao is enough. You are not my reincarnation, and I do not need to reincarnate. Your existence is not to make us more complete, and we do not need it, other than that fool who always thinks that the ultimate Tao is too weak. No one else says that it is weak. The ultimate Tao is actually better. They let you walk one Tao, but that was to trick you into becoming an emperor. Jean Tiendi was like a neighbor's boy, walking and stopping. He was curious about everything and found everything interesting. He laughed and said, 3 Taos combined, the Tao of balance. Could this be the doing of my master Dong Huang? You are right, and you are wrong. Walk your own Tao. Why do you need to care about what others think? The second Tao is fake. If you walk this Tao, you will fall into a trap. The Tao of qi and blood is real, and it is not easy to be tricked. Listen to me. Walk this Tao. Lao Wang said slowly. You said that I will walk my own Tao. That's true. It's up to you. Jean Tiendi smiled and said, you and that fool, one of your Tao is real, and the other 2 are fake. Do as you see fit. Then, he said, the source of origin, enter quietly. Don't make too much noise, lest you are discovered. There is also a seed projection at the source of origin, but no one has discovered it. Furthermore, the source of origin is dangerous and cannot be touched easily. Thus, no one has found the seed. However, walk along your Tao of qi and blood. There should be some differences, and you might be able to find some true blood. Lao Wang thought of the day when he broke through the source of origin, and a drop of true blood fell. His eyes flickered. I have been to the source of origin and found a drop of true blood. Haha, impressive, right? I left it behind. Jean Tiendi seemed to be very happy. That place might be a part of the seed projection. Back then, I went to look for it, but I did not manage to take that drop of true blood. You can continue to look for it nearby. At that time, I was in a hurry to leave and did not search too carefully. After breaking through the source of origin, how do I improve? Lao Wang still asked, after breaking through the source of origin, how do I improve? If you break through the source of origin, there will be more opportunities to improve. Jean Tiendi laughed and said, there are many opportunities in the source of origin. First, you can try to look for the power of true blood that I mentioned. Second, after entering the source of origin, some of the shackles in your body will be unlocked, and you will no longer be affected by the length of the Tao. Third, the source of origin is where the celestial arch created the source, and it is also where the first source star appeared. The land of destruction has some source star fragments left behind by the celestial arch. This essence star could not be considered as something he had created. Rather, it had always existed. You can go and look for these star fragments and integrate them into your source world. It will make you stronger. Lao Wang understood and said, I heard from Fong Ping that he found some abnormalities in the source of origin. There is a source star in the source of origin, and there are thousands of passageways. It seems to be connected to all the Vitality Path martial artists in the 3 realms. What is this? There's this. Jean Tiendi did not care how Fong Ping entered it. He started to eat his roasted chicken. As he ate, he said vaguely, let me think. The Vitality Path that connects the 3 realms source martial artists. Jean Tiendi walked around, looking distracted. Soon, they arrived at the catacombs. In the catacombs, everyone was in a state of panic. Blood rain was pouring down. Jean Tiendi was a little disgusted. He pushed away the blood rain and said slowly, maybe they are trying to replace it with something else. Replace it with something else? Lao Wang was stunned. He quickly said, Fang Ping and the rest are guessing that someone is trying to control those Vitality Path martial artists. They are thinking too much. Zhang Tiandi laughed. They are so weak. Who cares? Do they really want to harvest you? The emperor can't even wait to become stronger. How would he have the time to harvest you? They are probably trying to replace it with something else. There might be more than one of them. Vitality, spiritual consciousness, life force, energy. Zhang Tiandi chuckled. It should be the emperor's doing. He gathered all the powerhouses in the 3 realms and gathered them into one person to replace their Tao and suppress the source. Zhang Tiandi explained, for example, the emperor, his vitality path is extremely powerful. He mainly relies on his vitality path to suppress the source. At this moment, if someone gathered all the vitality path of the 3 realms, the emperor could think of a way to replace that person with his vitality path and let that person help him suppress the source. This way, the emperor would be freed, and those people would become the emperor's replacement. This should be stealing a part of the control from the immortal source. Originally, the immortal source was meant to intercept 10,000 Daos and suppress the source. In the past, I did not agree to it because it was against the heavens. Intercepting 10,000 Daos to suppress the source, the martial artists who had their Daos intercepted would probably die. Lao Wang's voice changed slightly. You are saying that the immortal source and this 10,000 Daos assembly point have the same purpose, which is to let the emperor escape? Something like that. Zhang Tiandi was knowledgeable. He smiled. But there is something different. The immortal source is something that all the 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors know about. I do not know what you are talking about, which means that someone is planning this in secret. The immortal source suppresses the source is to help the 9 sovereigns' celestial emperor escape. As for the one you mentioned, it should have been prepared by someone in order to escape. The 10,000 Daos assembly point should be prepared by the human sovereign, north, south, east, earth, and God. As for which one, I do not know. If there is a gathering point, it might be prepared by the west sovereign, east sovereign, and God sovereign. As for the 10,000 Daos of life, it might be prepared by the beast sovereign, north sovereign, east sovereign, and God sovereign. Lao Wang was surprised. You are saying that some of the emperors are good at different things? Of course, the emperors are omnipotent. Do you think I am joking? Zhang Tiandi grinned. Among them, the God sovereign and East sovereign are the most omnipotent. I do not know what they are good at. The human sovereign and earth sovereign are almost omnipotent as well. Do not underestimate them. Lao Wang understood and asked in a hurry, what about the Heaven Reverse Emperor? Him, Zhang Tiandi exclaimed. After a while, he shook his head. I do not know. He is good at many Daos, even better than the God Sovereign, and the others. He is good at energy too, but the Heaven Reverse Emperor is scheming. It is hard to predict. Do, Tian, Qiong, Yang, and how are the 5 most ancient beginner martial artists? The situation between the 5 is complicated. Apart from the 5 of them, no one else knows about their history. The others will have to wait. Lao Wang asked again, all 5 are bad guys. Good guys? Bad guys? Zhang Tiandi sighed. I do not know. Do you think the Heaven Reverse Emperor is a good guy? He created the Tao of Origin, which is why the 3 realms flourished. He is also one of the founders of beginner martial artists. Without him, the 3 realms might not even have Daos. Is he a bad guy? At the beginning of martial arts, he made great contributions. He preached to the world and made the human race the dominator of the 3 realms. He saved the human race from the ancient beasts. Is he a bad guy? I do not know. From the beginning, he wanted to suppress the chaos in the origin source. But he was the one who succeeded and the one who failed. Tell me, how can we judge him? Zhang Tiandi smiled. The others are about the same. They created beginner martial artists, expanded origin source, and laid the foundation of martial arts in the three realms. Their contributions cannot go unnoticed. Martial cultivators and Tao cultivators have to remember their debts. You have to understand that there was no Tao. Every Tao that was created had to risk one's life. Creating something out of nothing is the hardest. Therefore, the merits and demerits of the few of them cannot be judged by the later generations. As the saying went, the future generations would judge them. But it was hard to judge Zhang Tiandi's future generations. Lao Wang felt complicated. After a long while, he said softly, "At least they are bad guys now." "That's your problem, not mine." Zhang Tiandi smiled. "They are already dead. Let me have some peace. Don't let me think about these things." The next moment, the catacombs passageway trembled slightly. Zhang Tiandi had entered the human world. The moment he entered, he was amazed. The old land has become like this. This house is so tall. This carriage, where are the horses? They are not burning energy. This idea is not bad. Zhang Tiandi pointed and commented. At this moment, the entire human world was still in a daze. They were still looking at the blood rain in the sky, dyeing the earth red. Zhang Tiandi did not care about this. He took a few steps and stopped a few times. On the big screen, the higher-ups were comforting him. Zhang Tiandi glanced at them and did not pay much attention. He continued to walk and ate some food. He smiled. "I'm addicted. Luckily, I'm dead. If I'm still alive, I would be ashamed to be associated with them." Lao Wang ignored him. After sensing for a while, his expression changed. "Something seems to have happened. It's nothing. The seeds have dispersed. The human world is going to become a holy land for cultivation." "Not really. That was the case in the past. Back then, we were cultivating in the human world. Compared to the past, there is not much difference. We can only say that we have returned to the state of the past." Zhang Tiandi could also feel the density of life around him. It was getting denser and denser. At this moment, Zhang Tiandi seemed to have sensed something. He smiled. The seeds are really in the human world. He is also a nostalgic fellow. After so many years, he still hasn't left. I wonder if he is as lazy as that cat. He can't be bothered to leave after falling asleep. "You realized?" Lao Wang was shocked. If you swallow the seeds, can you live? Can I?" Zhang Tiandi was unsure. He quickly smiled. "I won't swallow them. The seeds are the source of the three realms. They are the source of power and life. Swallowing the seeds might not be a good thing. If I really swallow them, there might not be any more lives to be born in the future. Seeds, as the name suggests, not only are they the beginning of martial arts, they are also the beginning of life. If you really swallow the seeds, life will still exist now. When all these people die, you will be the only one left in the three realms. Won't you feel lonely?" "I'm really lonely." Zhang Tiandi sighed. "Staying there for 80,000 years. It is too lonely. Immortality might not be a good thing. I have lived for a long time." Zhang Tiandi smiled brightly. "I can only sense these things when I am between life and death. Don't worry. Even if the emperors are not gone, it will be difficult for them to sense the seeds. My state is special, so I can sense some clues. If you let those people be in my state, they will not be willing to." Lao Wang heaved a sigh of relief. He was really afraid that the experts would sense it now. Then, a battle would be inevitable. Zhang Tiandi continued walking for a while. Suddenly, a shadow floated away from Lao Wang's body. "Go do what you need to do. I will continue walking. I will disperse soon. I have helped you consolidate your origin Tao. The false Tao is still there, but I have isolated the true blood Qi Dao. You can walk however you want. There is no need for us to walk together. He had dispersed the 3 paths that Dong Huang had formed. Lao Wang did not say anything. At this moment, he sensed that his physical body was much stronger. His bones were the same. His Dao was even more flat, 300,000 meters. That was breaking through 8. As for him, his blood Qi Dao was no longer as mysterious as before. At this moment, his blood Qi Dao was flat, and he could see the gate of void, the open gate of void. After the gate of void, there was another path. Lao Wang had been there before. He knew what it was. It was connected to the origin. Zhan Tiandi had given him a lot. Lao Wang bowed slightly, looking at the illusory Zhan Tiandi. He said in a low voice, "Thank you, Senior." "You are welcome," Zhan Tiandi smiled. "Walk your own Dao. I have helped you clear some obstacles. It might be harder to walk in the future." Jinyang understands. Wang Jinyang bowed again. After thinking for a while, he asked, "Is there a problem with Fang Ping's Dao?" "Him." Zhan Tiandi smiled. "It is hard to say. It is hard to explain. Walking around blindly is also a Dao. There is no Dao in the 3 realms. As more people walk, there will naturally be a Dao. However, his origin is still in the origin universe. Maybe he is like the celestial emperor in the past. If he wants to get rid of it, he will have to take away his origin or destroy his own origin to take away his power. However, tell him that it is very dangerous. He might injure his origin and bury himself in it. Let him do as he sees fit. If he can't do it, he can kill an emperor to fill in the gap." Lao Wang was stunned. Zhan Tiandi smiled. "He is a demon, but I am not. Demons have their own ways. I can't use them, but he can. If he doesn't want to be affected by the origin, it is best to leave the origin. However, if the gap is too big, it will be troublesome. Kill an emperor and fill in the hole. This will not be considered a disaster." Lao Wang was stunned. Zhan Tiandi encouraged Fang Ping to kill an emperor to fill in the hole? Then the flaw of the source, Zhan Tiandi said nonchalantly, "We will see. If you can't fill in the hole in the end, that is your problem." "I am only talking about his problem." "His problem. The method I mentioned will work. As for the problem of the source, even the 9 Emperors Celestial Emperor has not solved it. You want me, a dead person, to solve it?" As he said that, Zhan Tiandi smiled. "There is one more thing. I should not say, but I still have to say it." "Please say it." "Humans," Zhan Tiandi hesitated for a while and sighed. "Tell them that humans are the ones who fill in the hole. Because there are too many people who stole the power from the source. Even if some of them returned, it is still not enough. Even if the 9 emperors for emperors and that ancient Chu Wu returned, it might not be enough. The power comes from the seed. Therefore, the energy of the 3 realms is still balanced." "But," Zhan Tiandi said slowly, "but in the human world, the seed has been leaking energy. The energy of the human world is cut off so that the seed can give more energy. This way, the 3 realms will have more energy. Do you understand what I mean?" Lao Wang's eyes moved. Understood. Of course he understood. There was a certain amount of energy in the 3 realms. However, the hole in the origin had expanded over the years. Even if all the original energy was returned, it might not be enough to fill in the hole. Therefore, the energy of the human world was cut off. As for the seed, it was like a perpetual motion machine. At this moment, it created more energy and gave some new energy to the martial artists in the human world. The martial artists in the human world were this extra energy. As such, in the end, it might still be up to the human race to fill in all the flaws of the whole. Initially, I wanted to tell these to Fang Ping. However, since you are here, and I don't like to interact with him, I will tell you. You can pass the message. Jean Tianyi laughed. The more human martial artists there are, the stronger they are, the more energy the seed will give. This way, there might be some leftover energy that can be exchanged for a few emperors. This way, the emperors won't have to fill in the hole. This is also a multifaceted plan. If we can't find the seed, then the humans will be the replacements. If we find the seed, the humans might be the loophole used to attract the seed. No matter what, the emperors will not lose out if the humans are strong. Lao Wang said in a low voice, but now that Earth and the catacombs are connected, there is actually energy from the catacombs. Don't worry about it. Jean Tianyi said nonchalantly, the lives of the humans are actually given by the seed. Vitality is also the power of the seed. From the moment you are born, this power is given by the seed. The more humans there are, the more energy the seed will give. As for the lives in the land realm, Jean Tianyi thought for a while and sighed. It is somewhat like artificial life. Most of it is a combination of energy, not vitality. Vitality, life, this is the power of the seed. You said that the passage between the land realm and the human world was opened. Perhaps someone thought that perhaps the seed could affect the land realm and give life to the land realm, giving more vitality. However, I'm afraid it has failed. The seed might really be in a deep sleep. That's why only the overflowing energy in the human world did not spread to the land realm. Artificial life. Lao Wang was stunned again. So that was the case. The humans in the catacombs were equivalent to artificial life. They were not like the humans who were born from the seed's life force. Go, I want to walk on my own. Jean Tianyi smiled and waved his hand, chasing Lao Wang away. Alone, like a ghost, he wandered on earth. He walked, stopped, and looked around. Some sighed. Things remained the same, but people had changed. Some nostalgia. He could not bear to leave this homeland. And the three realms. Some joy. At least there was a place that was not invaded by war. The country was prosperous, and the people were at peace. The elderly had support, and the young were taken care of. No matter how much the old land changed, there was still some beauty left. As he walked, he came to a place. It was a desolate land, a land without any signs of human habitation. A mountain stood alone on the wasteland. On the mountain, there was a dilapidated building embedded in the mountain. Ordinary people could not see it at all. Jean Tianyi floated up and entered the belly of the mountain. After a round of cleaning, a small house that wasn't too tall reappeared in the belly of the mountain. I'm back. I'm not leaving anymore. In the belly of the mountain, in the small house, a book appeared on the stone chair. The pages of the book were flipping, and the stone chair was swaying. However, there was no one on the chair. Vaguely, a young man was sitting on the chair, swaying, flipping the book, and looking at the sky. It was as if he was saying, "These days are good." Jean left. The rain of blood continued. This time, no one knew who it was crying for. P.S. On the last day of the month, vote if you have the monthly votes. Otherwise, it will be a waste. Jean Tianyi came to an end. The three extreme emperors came to an end. After thinking of many sad endings, he finally chose to write it this way. Plain and simple, leisurely. This was Jean. He was looking forward to an ordinary life. Chapter 1384. Rumble. The human world was transforming. The moment Fang Ping entered the human world, the seed flew away on its own, merging into the earth and disappearing without a trace. It was not that Fang Ping did not want to keep it, but he could not. However, as the person who collected the seed, it was not without benefits. When the seed flew away, there was still a lot of power that was gifted to Fang Ping. However, Fang Ping was not in the mood to care about this at the moment. At this moment, Fong Ping looked at the collapsed passageway behind him, his expression cold. Dead. Even if he knew that Heavenly Emperor Zhan was only a projection. After Heavenly Emperor Zhan shot an arrow, there was no way out. Old Wang still did not know what was going on. Second cat and third cat had also completely dissipated. The cat was also heavily injured, extremely dispirited at the moment. Fong Ping seemed to have never seen the cat so dispirited. Emperors. These two words spat out from Fong Ping's mouth with endless resentment. Ledger keeper of lives. No matter how great the emperors were in the past, how much they had contributed to martial arts, the emperors now had changed. As Dong Huang said, in the beginning, the emperors still hoped to make up for the flaws of the origin. However, as time went by, the emperor's goal had changed. It was no longer just to make up for the flaws. One after another, the emperors laid out and designed for themselves, no longer for the Tao of origin, for the people of the world. From some known clues, the emperors in the past were all dragons and phoenixes among men. They selflessly shared the Tao, created combat techniques, preached to the three realms, banished the ancient demon clan, saved the people. When they first started practicing martial arts, it was to save the human race, to make the human race better. They made the human race the masters of the three realms. They chased away the strong enemies, strengthened the human race, and let the human race begin the advancement of civilization, developing their own potential. They worked hard and made great contributions. Originally, they could stand on the throne and be respected by the human race for thousands of years. Zhang Tao, Fong Ping, how could their contributions be greater than these people? They continued the civilization. They brought the spark of civilization. However, as time passed, people's hearts were fickle. Even the emperors had changed in this day and age. They were no longer the heroes of the human race, but sinners. Fong Ping felt complicated. On the side, Heavenly King Suppressing's body had already fused as one, as if nothing had happened. As for the others, especially those near the passage, because of the disappearance of the seed, the weak were all transforming. The rich life force had strengthened the bodies of these people, strands of red matter. Those were strands of true blood that flowed out, beneficial even to heavenly kings. However, Fong Ping did not care about any of this. At this moment, his fleshly body was transforming. The seed had disappeared, and he had absorbed quite a bit of true blood power. At this moment, his fleshly body was completely jade-like. However, Fong Ping was not in a good mood. This time, he had gained a lot. During the trip to the mystic realm, his physical body had not reached the heavenly king level. Now, it had broken through to the 8th level and was at the stage of breaking through to the 2nd level. Within a few days, Fong Ping's gains were astonishing. He had even killed the Tao tree and a few of the sovereign's avatars, but Fong Ping was not too happy about it. The 3 emperors were definitely dead. The 8 sovereigns and the emperor each had their own plans. No matter how he thought about it, none of them seemed to be good people. The heaven-human world wall was supposed to shatter after 3 months. Fong Ping was not sure how long it could last now. The day the boundary wall broke was also the day the monarchs would descend once again. The human race was still in a precarious position. Fong Ping let out a cold laugh. Beside him, Heavenly King Zhen Wang saw that his eyes were cold, his hair was still blood-red, and his murderous aura was still shocking. He coughed dryly and said, "Brat, we've reached Earth. Restrain yourself. If someone sees you like this, they'll think that you've gone to dye your hair." Fong Ping's expression was unpleasant. He glanced at him. The old man was joking around. He was up to no good. "Your master didn't come?" Heavenly King, subduing Heavenly King, was depressed. This tone was not friendly. "How would I know?" Heavenly King subduing. Heavenly King was also depressed and said speechlessly, "Kid, don't vent your anger on me. I still have fire." He was about to reach Tao validation. He'd secretly broken through 2 of the 3 gates, and he only lacked the last one before he could completely break through 3 gates and enter the Genesis to attain the Emperor realm. The great Tao was no longer shackled, and from then on, birds could fly freely in the sky. In the end, heaven battling heaven Thearcha's arrow had caused Jiang Yi to explode. It was obvious that heaven battling heaven the Arch had done it on purpose. With this, the matter of becoming a martial emperor was considered a failure. However, it was fine. He could be considered to have stepped into extreme Tao. With 2 gates broken, he could continue to move forward. If he really became an emperor, all 3 paths would enter the Genesis. The current him might also be pulled to the Genesis to mend the whole. It was not considered a bad thing. Speaking of which, he might be the strongest powerhouse in the 3 realms now. At this moment, not only was the human world shaking, but the catacombs and the sea of misery were also shaking. Fang Ping and the others were not surprised. Broken gates. Yes, King Qian and the others had broken through 8 gates previously, but they did not break through the gates. Now that they were out, of course, they began to break through the gates for real. This time, the powerhouses of the 3 realms had gained a lot. There were a lot more who broke through 8 gates. Those who broke through 8 gates previously also gained a lot this time. Some people broke through 2 gates, and some were starting to approach 3 gates. Whether or not someone broke through 3 gates, it was still not too sure. Fang Ping did not care about this. He glanced at the still sad cat lying by his feet. Fang Ping squatted down and stroked the big cat's head, comforting it. "Don't be sad anymore." Second cat and third cat must have gone to eat something good. They deliberately did not bring you along because they want to eat alone. The cat tilted its head and looked at him, a little angry. After a while, it said dejectedly, "Liar, no way. I'm not a stupid cat. I know second cat and third cat are going to die." But they died so pitifully. The cat was not a fool either. It was already mentally prepared. But at the last moment, it still could not stop its sadness. Third cat melted into the blood arrow, clearing the way for the spirit emperor. In the end, the apparition was crushed by the Emperor of Heaven Reverse. Second cat turned into a long arrow shot at the God Emperor and was smashed by the God Emperor. In the end, these 2 cats went with their masters, leaving no trace. It seemed like the 3 realms never had second cat and third cat. The cat was sad and angry. They killed second cat and third cat. It did not hate the emperors. In fact, it liked them a little. When it was in the heavenly realm, it often messed around. The emperors did not do anything to it. Therefore, in its mouth, they were all Renhuang old men, earthly sovereign old men. But this time, they killed second cat and third cat. The cat was angry. Fang Ping knew that this cat was actually very smart. He patted its head again and comforted it. "Just take revenge. Go back and kill them." Second cat and third cat asked you to help them eat more delicious food. You should eat more in the future. In the past, you used to eat 1 portion. Now, you have to eat 3 portions. That way, they will be happy. Yes, yes. The cat nodded its big head, recovering from the sadness with difficulty. Fang Ping smiled and looked at the powerhouses sitting cross-legged on the ground, including old Zhang. At this moment, he was also absorbing and digesting the vitality. Fang Ping did not look anymore. This was Star Town. This time, Star Town had gained a lot from this. As for the others, including the Tengu and the others, they had already left. When these people came out from the passageway, they were worried that the emperors would kill them. Therefore, They did not stay, and left one after another. At this time, only the human powerhouses were here. But Old Wang was not sure if he was all right. After heavenly battle Emperor shot that arrow, he left very quickly. Fong Ping also did not know where he went. Did he kill Old Wang? But at that time, Fong Ping could not stay any longer. The roar was endless. The Tao was still trembling. This time, there was a problem with the origin. Until now, the Tao was still trembling. However, Fong Ping sensed it. Maybe it was also a good thing. Or rather, it was a good thing for powerhouses on the Tao of origin. At this moment, in the origin universe, the origin chi was boiling and the Tao was trembling. This was somewhat similar to the scene when the cat was attacked and killed, although Fong Ping had not experienced it. However, it was said that it was also during this period that King Kuan and the others obtained great benefits. It was easier to advance on the Tao. This time, it must be the same. If he seized the opportunity, he might reach the sky in a single bound. Even if this Tao was so fake, Old Zhang was cultivating, so Fong Ping did not disturb him. Glancing at the heavenly king, who had been staring at him, Fong Ping felt a little depressed. He also looked at the heavenly king. The heavenly king continued to look at him. The two of them stared at each other for a long time. The more Fong Ping looked, the more annoyed he became. What are you trying to do by guarding the human realm for 8,000 years? If you want to do something, just say it. Aren't you tired of hiding and holding it in every day? It's been 8,000 years. Aren't you afraid of depression? The heavenly king was speechless. He glanced at the people around him and coughed softly. Let's go. Let's talk somewhere else. Humph. Fong Ping snorted, picked up the big cat, and broke through the air. In the next moment, the two of them appeared in the arcane realm where the God Creation Envoy was. There was a rumble. The God Creation Envoy was cultivating inside, but the heavenly king did not say anything. With a punch, he blasted the God Creation Envoy out of the arcane realm. Regardless of the God Creation Envoy's curses, he occupied the nest and directly sealed the door of the small world. The corners of Fong Ping's mouth twitched. This old fellow was becoming more and more unscrupulous. The God Creation Envoy was also extremely unlucky. In the past, not only was he robbed of the treasure vault, he was also imprisoned by this fellow for many years. Now, he could fight whenever he wanted. It was really miserable. The heavenly king did not care what Fong Ping thought. He sat down with a smile and said, "Cat, where is the life essence of the Tao tree that you collected? Come and make a cup of tea. Don't say, I have never drunk the emperor's life essence before." However, the cat laid its head on the ground and ignored him. "I won't give it to you. There wasn't much to begin with. Who would give it to you?" The heavenly king was a little helpless. He looked at Fong Ping and said, "Where's the emperor's core? Although it's a pseudo-emperor, it can be considered to have proven the emperor realm. The emperor's core is also a good thing. Take it out and make a cup of tea to drink." A small white ball appeared in Fong Ping's hand. This was something left behind after the Tao tree was killed. It was full of vitality. "This is it." The heavenly king drooled. "Good stuff." The Tao tree had cultivated to breaking 9. Its strength, including the heart core and brain core, had merged into one. That was how it formed. There was also a beast emperor. In the past, when he was molting, he had revealed it and was almost robbed by the emperor. "I want to rob that guy once, but unfortunately I don't dare to." Fong Ping could not be bothered with him and put away the ball directly. Of course, he knew that this was a good thing. Even at this moment, it was still providing him with a large amount of life force to help him temper his body. Fong Ping could not be bothered with the heavenly king. He said unhappily, "Don't change the topic. You're so strong. Your origin has broken through 9, and your beginner martial arts has broken through 8. You've been pretending to be at the peak of Earth. Aren't you embarrassed? I'm not pretending to be at the peak. The Heavenly King said, unhappily, I'm pretending to be Emperor level. Didn't you see me beating the Life King? And the others like I was beating children? It's not really pretending. They don't have that strength. I'm too lazy to kill them. Haven't I never been defeated? Needless to say, the Heavenly King really did not seem to have been defeated before. It was the same no matter who he fought, suppressing the other party slightly. In this way, everyone knew that his strength was profound, but it was difficult to judge how strong he was. The Heavenly King said again, besides, the catacombs are just pawns. Killing the catacombs powerhouses is not very useful. Back then, the inspector's side was standing behind the catacombs. What do you think? Also, the emperor is actually also standing on the catacombs side. Otherwise, do you think the Earth Emperor God dynasty would appear? In the human world, all parties are probing. Fang Ping frowned. Since the human world is so important, why didn't the emperor come to supervise it personally? I killed some people. If these people don't do it personally, how can it be so easy to plant a spy? The Heavenly King said disapprovingly. He said, they didn't want to fall out with me. Even at that time, I was still a Heavenly King who broke 7 in their eyes. Other than those who broke 8, who could suppress me? How many broke 8? They were all beginner martial artists. At that time, none of them had origin. They knew that they couldn't do anything to me. Naturally, there was nothing they could do unless they personally stepped in. Having said that, he continued, besides, it's not that I really didn't let them interfere at all. In some things, I still gave in a little. For example, in the battle with the catacombs, I only maintained the general balance and did not completely interfere, including the emperor's sword being buried in the human world. I knew about these things, but I didn't care about them. The Heavenly King looked at Fang Ping and said helplessly, Kid, if you stand in my position, you might not do better than me. Kid, don't be rude to me just because you have some contributions. Without me, you wouldn't be here today. Kid, you even overturned the world. Kid, how many things have you done? If I didn't back you up, you would have been killed long ago. Fang Ping frowned and said in a low voice, All right, let's not talk about this. Let me ask you something. Does the Emperor have pawns on Earth? Of course they do. The Heavenly King said helplessly, Of course they have to grasp the changes in the human world, including looking for seeds. Do you think they won't look for them? Of course they will. These years, the Earth has been overturned by them dozens of times. Other than that, every time some good seedlings appear, they will actually be monitored. Fang Ping frowned. The Heavenly King said casually, It's very normal. Even if the seeds are asleep, they will still favor some geniuses. Geniuses actually represent the favor of the seeds. Otherwise, why would the Heavenly Emperor say that you are this generation's seed? It's because you improve rapidly. Fast improvement, good luck, strong strength appearing in the human world. Then these people may have a further connection with the seeds. Through you people, they may find the true body of the seeds. Before you, Zhang Tao and the others were being watched. Who? Fang Ping wanted to know who it was. Previously, he had also guessed that the Emperor might have a clone in the human world. It might not be very strong, but it should be able to understand some of the things that happened in the upper echelons. The human world was their chessboard. On the chessboard, without their own pieces, how could they be at ease? Of course, there should not be too strong. The Heavenly King was not a good person either. The so-called killing of some people might be some powerhouses or simply the powerful clones of the Emperor. That's a lot. The Heavenly King laughed. Since 8,000 years ago, The emperor has been mixing sand into the human world. Back then, the people who came were not weak. There were many heavenly kings. Some guys even wanted to lead, but they were all killed by me. 6,000 years ago, the earthly emperor god dynasty was established with the intention of testing the catacombs. Do you think the emperor didn't test the catacombs? They also wanted to see if the seeds, as the only god dynasty in the three realms, would favor the earthly emperor god dynasty. As it turned out, they failed. After the earthly emperor god dynasty was destroyed, only then did the emperor completely focus on the human world. The heavenly king talked about a different past. 3,000 years ago, the earthly emperor god dynasty was completely destroyed. Since then, the emperor focused their attention on the human world. Not long after that, the passage to the human world was completely sealed. The passage between the human world and the catacombs was completely sealed. It did not start 8,000 years ago, but after the North-South War, the passage was completely sealed. Fang Ping frowned. You mean the emperor actually had something to do with the North-South War, just to seal the human world? Part of it, but they only guided, not personally involved. The heavenly king explained, the divine sect might have something to do with the emperor. Fang Ping frowned. King Kun? That's right. The heavenly king nodded. The divine sect has always wanted to intervene on Earth. Do you really think Hong Kun has nothing better to do? He might know something, such as the seeds being in the human world. It's either his own intention or the emperor's incitement. Otherwise, with his heavy losses, there's no need for him to keep watching over here. All these years, he has sent many people to test us, but I killed them all. Otherwise, do you think there are only so few people in the 72 gods' envoys? Doesn't Hong Kun know your strength? He sent those people to test you. Didn't he understand that they would be killed? I know a little, but I'm not too sure about the specifics. Among the 72 gods' envoys, there are actually some who are not weak, including the 8 great protectors. Do you think they are all emperor level? There are also saint-level existences. The heavenly king chuckled. Ever since I killed one of the 8 great protectors, the saint-level one, Hong Kun did not send anyone else. I also let the Thunder King be his eyes. He knows that he can't do anything to me, so he did not send any more powerhouses. He just needs to get some general information. The heavenly king laughed. He might know that the Thunder King was arranged by me, but everyone has a tacit understanding. I asked the Thunder King to pass some information to him. It's not fake in general. It's fine as long as he understands the information. Everyone mind their own business. Fang Ping nodded. No wonder the evil sect had not been successful. With a powerhouse like Hong Kun in charge, they actually could not develop. Previously, he knew that the heavenly king had suppressed them, but he did not expect that this old fellow had even killed a saint in secret. Fang Ping did not care too much about this. Hong Kun, Hong Yu, and even the other Broken Eight might be related to the emperor. Fang Ping was clear about this. Everyone might have killed the emperor together. Everyone might have snatched the seeds together. However, these old fellows were all cunning. They might all have the support of the emperor. Even on Feng's side, creating a few disciples might be to test whether the 3 emperors were dead or not. This might not be Feng's intention. I don't care about what happened in the past, but what about now? Fang Ping's gaze was cold and stern. Who are the emperor's people now? Since we've already fallen out, then don't hold back. Kill those who deserve to be killed. In the past, the heavenly king was wary of the emperor and was unwilling to fall out. Now, however, Fang Ping could not be bothered to care about anything. The heavenly king's side. Kid, it might not be a good thing if you really know nothing. The emperor doesn't know anything about Earth. If they feel like they're out of control, it'll actually be more troublesome. It's better to maintain the current situation and let the emperor grasp part of Earth's information. Let them feel that Earth is not out of control yet. Fang Ping frowned. They can't come out now. In your dreams. The heavenly king rolled his eyes. Jean has shot through the origin, so they have no choice but to go back and hold the fort. However, the emperor's strength is different, not to mention others. Even if Dou and Qiong are really restricted, they can still create another Broken Nine clone. You make them feel like they're completely out of control. Do you really think it's that easy to resist 2 Broken Nine clones? Fang Ping had killed many clones previously, but would the beginner martial artists always help Fang Ping? That might not be the case. Also, do you want to be in a constant battle? There's not even time to breathe. Stop for a while. Actually, there's nothing to hide. They'll know what they need to know. It's better to live in peace. They're waiting for the heaven-human world wall to open while we work hard to accumulate strength. Isn't this just right? Then I want to know who's on their side at least. Fang Ping knew that the heavenly king made sense. Recently, he was indeed tired. He had been fighting all the time, and he was tired too. It was better to conserve his energy. However, he was worried if he did not know who the emperor's people were. There aren't many. I've killed those who should be killed. In the past, the one from the Yang family was considered one. Later, I made him delirious and sent him on his way. As soon as the heavenly king said this, Fang Ping's gaze flickered. He was wondering why the Yang family's old ancestor would lose his mind and go to the bounded zone to court death. It turned out to be this old fellow's doing. There's one in the ancient Buddha sacred land, too. I killed him secretly. The corner of Fang Ping's mouth twitched. The ancient Buddha sacred land had always heard that an ancient Buddha had died. It was the old ancestor of the fellow who later defected to the evil sect. He knew this too, but he did not expect it to be the heavenly king who did it. The heavenly king laughed. I was the one who created the 6 sacred lands. How can I not know who they planted their pawns? As for now, there are still a few on Earth who are their pawns. Whether they're clones or tempting them to defect, I don't really care. The heavenly king said, and continued, let's not talk about the few overseas. You're not too familiar with them. Domestically, the heavenly king paused, but still said, in the Department of Investigation Services. The Department of Investigation Services was originally the Internal Affairs Department to protect Earth, including the mission of searching for the seed. It's also done by the Department of Investigation Services. After the news of the Seed of Rebirth spread, Earth has been searching for it. With this identity, it's more convenient to do things. Nan Yunhua? Fang Ping frowned. That's not it. Fang Ping frowned again. Zhong Qinghuan. There were only 2 rank 9s in the Department of Investigation Services. Of course, the current Nan Yunhua had already proven her peak and was almost at emperor level. This time, after Nan Yunhua absorbed the seed's energy, she should be able to achieve emperor level. Since it was not Nan Yunhua who could control the news of searching for the seed, then it could only be the other one, Zhong Qinghuan, who was previously in charge of the national garrison. Before this, there were very few female rank 9s in Sino Nation. Fang Ping remembered. He heard that Xie Yifan, who was on old Zhang's side, had a close relationship with old Zhang. Xie Yifan was the one who told him about Hua Qidao previously. The other 2 were Nan Yunhua and Zhong Qinghuan. Zhong Qinghuan had also advanced to peak a few days ago. There were many veteran rank 9s who had advanced to peak now. Fang Ping was not too familiar with this person, but his expression was still as ugly as before. The heavenly king said slowly, it's her. Actually, Zhang Tao also knows in his heart, Otherwise, he wouldn't have arranged for her to be with the Department of Investigation Services. Fang Ping exhaled. Just her alone. Not just her. There are a few more, but there were too many battles. Previously, they all died. Of course, the emperor had arranged for more than one person, but the human race was in constant war. As a powerhouse, of course, he had to participate in the war. Even if it was arranged by the emperor, he could not avoid it. Including Fang Ping's trip to the King battlefield, there were many powerhouses who died in battle. It was normal for some to die, but it would be abnormal if they did not die. That's good. Fang Ping thought about it. Zhong Qinghuan did not avoid the battle. According to the Heavenly King, the main mission was to search for the seed. If that was the case, Fang Ping did not want to say anything now, whether to kill or to keep, now that the Heavenly King said that he could not cut off the emperor's eyes and ears. Fang Ping did not want to do anything. Then let's not talk about this. What's the situation with the sun god? Fang Ping was still more concerned about this person. The Heavenly King shrugged and said helplessly, "Don't ask me. I don't know either. In the past 30,000 years, Master hasn't appeared much. The most recent time was 8,000 years ago. He asked me to guard the human realm because this is the homeland of the martial Tao. He was afraid that the Emperor's war would destroy this place. At that time, I didn't think too much. Since Master ordered me, then I'll guard for a few years." The Heavenly King looked at Fang Ping and said, "That's all. I'm not sure about the rest. Moreover, whether he's alive or dead, it's very hard to say. This time, Master did not appear, so he might not be alive. If he's really alive, he might even be in the human world, even secretly searching for the seed. Master is not an origin martial artist, but a beginner martial artist. He is not restricted by the origin, so he doesn't care if the origin is chaotic or not. His only goal should be the seed. If the sun god had a goal, then the goal was most likely the seed. As for the rest, the sun god might not care too much." The Heavenly King said again, "Asking me to guard the human world might be because he wants me to maintain peace in the human world and not disturb him in tracking the seed. This is also what I've been thinking about all these years. Otherwise, the human world is in chaos. It might disturb him." This explanation made sense. Without the Heavenly King, Earth would not be as peaceful as it was now. Powerhouses from all sides would enter Earth and even cultivate their own forces. Earth might become the center of chaos. With the Heavenly King, there would be peace on Earth. If that was the case, the sun god might really be on Earth, searching for the seed. "What's your purpose?" Then Fang Ping's eyes were burning. The Heavenly King rolled his eyes. "It's fine if I'm a little stronger. I'll walk my own path. It's that simple. Don't guard against me like I'm a thief. If I really had any designs on you, I would have killed you long ago. I wouldn't have let you live until now. Also, do you think that the human world is powerful because of you? Nonsense, it's my fault, including that kid Zhang Tao. If I hadn't given him a lot of opportunities, would he have been able to make it to where he is now? Li Jun, that idiot, the martial arts combat techniques and ancient books that he stole from Star Town were all left there for him to steal. Otherwise, even if he could steal, could he steal those origin combat techniques? What are you thinking? The Heavenly King scolded. Also, I've long discovered your problem, kid. I'm just too lazy to do anything to you. Otherwise, do you think you can stand here and talk to me? The Heavenly King said exasperatedly. I suspected that you might be related to Master, so I didn't bother with you. I thought that I might be able to lure Master out, but now, it's hard to say. Fang Ping looked at him and said in a low voice, I'm related to the sun god. Sun City, the Heavenly King said, casually, maybe you're related. Logically, after Wang Jinyang came out of Sun City, you shouldn't have come out of Sun City. You have to know, geniuses actually mean that the seeds give more vitality. Wang Jinyang is slightly older than you, and not by much, only 1 year. This means that when he was born, he actually depleted some of Sun City's resources. Then when you were born, you shouldn't have strong talents. Don't think that I'm joking. This is the truth. For example, after Zhang Tao's hometown was born, almost no geniuses came out of it. Similarly, in other places, martial artists of similar age, after a rank 9 came out, it's almost impossible for a second rank 9 to come out. Sun City produced you, and Wang Jinyang one after another. Not to mention whether Wang Jinyang reincarnated or not, what he reincarnated was only the origin imprint. That means that Sun City may have a stronger vitality. Or it's simply where the seeds are. The Heavenly King rubbed his chin and said in a low voice, "Anyway, there's something wrong with Sun City. You can go check it out yourself. Kid, either the seeds are in Sun City, or my master stayed there for a period of time. There should be only these two possibilities. Of course, there's another possibility." The Heavenly King looked at Fang Ping and said playfully, "That is, there's something wrong with you, kid. You might not be born with strong talent, but it's acquired." Fang Ping rolled his eyes and said, "So what if I am?" At this point, he could not be bothered to hide it. Then the situation is hard to say. The Heavenly King was helpless. If he was born with strong talent, his speculation would be correct. However, if it was acquired, who knew what the situation would be like? Fang Ping did not ask any more. The Heavenly King meant that he had no ill intentions. Fang Ping had reservations, whether he had or not, at least not now. Moreover, this old man was the pillar of humanity. Fang Ping could not be bothered to ask any more. If he asked again, what was the use of falling out? All right, then let's not talk about this. The heaven-human realm wall is broken. If you can fight for humanity, then I don't care what your purpose is. The rest is up to you. Fang Ping walked out with the cat directly. Outside the mystic realm, the God creation envoy was still angry. When he saw Fang Ping, his face was not his face, and his nose was not his nose. Fang Ping could not be bothered with him. This old guy can't beat the Heavenly King, but he can beat me? I wasn't the one who robbed you back then. I just picked up a divine weapon. Chapter 1385. The matter of Heavenly King subduing could only be put aside. In fact, it was best to pretend that it had never happened. When Fang Ping walked out of the arcane realm, the vitality in the outside world was even denser. At this moment, many people in Suppressing Star City were making breakthroughs. It was rather difficult to reach reciprocity, but it was not difficult to reach reciprocity. With a large amount of life force to temper their bodies, bone tempering was almost instantaneous for them, and they didn't need to hurt their bodies. There were some children in Star City who were in the process of making breakthroughs. Under the eager gazes of their elders, some of the younger children were already in the process of honing their bones. There were even some youngsters who were beginning to manifest their Sanjiao Gate. The people of Suppressing Star City had a better understanding of martial arts to begin with. He had been learning since he was young. At this moment, with the help of the vitality bestowed by the seed, these people broke through very quickly. Just as Fang Ping was watching this scene, a low growl came from afar, making Fang Ping grit his teeth. Today, I, Jiang Chao, shall attain the pinnacle of Tao. A loud roar shook the entire Star City. Fang Ping's teeth were aching. Today, there were many people who broke through. Some broke through to the Overlord realm, some broke through to the Saint realm, and some even broke through to the Heavenly King realm. But that be asterisk star Jiang Chao actually broke through to the absolute peak. There was no F asterisk King Justice in this world. Most importantly, look at him. Gong Juanzi had just proven his Tao and became a heavenly king, but he didn't even say anything. Yet you, a peerless cultivator, have the cheek to shout and shout. Fang Ping arrived near the Hall of Myriad Origins in no time. At this moment, a large number of martial artists were absorbing vitality to break through. Fang Ping was surprised to see Old Wang the moment he arrived. He let out a sigh of relief. His slightly disappointed mood earlier was much better now. It was a good thing that Lao Wang was back. Wang Jinyang saw Fang Ping too, and nodded slightly. It was as calm as ever. However, the words that he said made people feel uneasy. He's gone. Fang Ping knew who he was talking about. Thinking of Heavenly Emperor Zhan, Fang Ping felt a little regretful. He sighed. He's a character and a hero. What a pity. According to those people, the Zhan Tian the Arch was at his peak and was unwilling to continue down this path. Otherwise, he might become the second celestial emperor. The heaven-battling Darch really wanted to solve the problem of his origin source. For this, he even sacrificed himself. Unfortunately, the teachers he trusted had betrayed him, and the seniors he trusted had also betrayed him. Yes, betrayal. Those people had acted righteously and were willing to die, but in the end, they had all betrayed him. Let's build a cenotaph, Fang Ping said. Heavenly Emperor Zhan's last arrow had helped humans a lot. They should build a tomb and offer sacrifices to him. No need. Lao Wang shook his head and said, he likes a peaceful life. He came quietly and left quietly. Letting time forget him was not a bad choice. He could somewhat understand Heavenly Battle Arch. If not for the situation, perhaps Zhan Tiandi would not have left in such a commotion. He came quietly and left quietly without leaving any traces. Perhaps this was the life that Zhan Tiandi wanted. Fang Ping thought about it and sighed. Soon, he said, I have rubbings of the combat techniques he left behind. These can be passed down. All right, battle techniques were good stuff, especially since they were left behind by people like Heavenly Battle Arch. If a martial artist could really comprehend what Heavenly Battle Arch had left behind, it would not be difficult for them to reach the Sage Realm. Heavenly Battle Thearka's combat techniques were not just combat techniques. It was an in-depth study of the entire cultivation system. There was an extremely detailed analysis of vitality, energy, and mentality. Even if one was a beginner, Heavenly Battle Thearka's combat techniques were also rare and precious classics. Fang Ping did not continue talking about this. He asked, What's your situation now? Broken 8. Fang Ping gritted his teeth. Damn. It's different to have a good ancestor. Lao Wang rolled his eyes. Fang Ping was not wrong to say that Heavenly Battle Arch was his ancestor. Since Heavenly Battle Arch did not admit that Lao Wang was his reincarnation, then there was no need to treat him as a reincarnation. This way, after many years, Lao Wang would also have his own parents. It was okay to treat him as an ancestor. Just as Lao Wang rolled his eyes, Fang Ping sighed again. It's a pity that Brother Zhan left early. Otherwise, if he was on our side, our chances of winning would increase greatly. Lao Wang did not pay attention at first. Soon he reacted. He said he was his ancestor. Then Fang Ping turned around and said, Brother Zhan. What did he mean? Lao Wang could not be bothered to argue with Fang Ping. He said quickly, Before he left, he asked me to tell you something. Say it. First, your origin is still limited by the source universe. If you want to transcend, kill an emperor to mend the whole. Fang Ping gritted his teeth. Heavenly Battle, the Arch did not seem like a good person. Second, the role of humans might be to mend the whole. The overflowing energy from the seed is additional energy that can be used to mend the whole. Fang Ping understood quickly. He let out a soft humph and said nothing. Third, the problem with Wang Ruobing that you discovered. He said that someone might want to create substitutes to mend the hole for them. Fang Ping's mind flashed. Soon, he raised his eyebrows. Is that so? That makes sense. If that's the case, some emperors might have two plans. First, to cultivate their own substitutes. Second, to use Wang Ruobing and the others as spies. Emperors were also worried that the people they cultivated would die accidentally. It was not easy to cultivate a powerhouse who could become an emperor. If time was too long, anything could happen. In that case, it was normal for someone to have two plans. This news is very important. Lao Wang looked at him in surprise. Was this news more important than the previous one? Fang Ping saw Lao Wang's expression and said disdainfully, What do you know? If we guard against someone becoming an emperor's substitute now, and miss out on Wang Ruobing and the others, the emperor might escape directly during the battle and kill you by surprise. But since we know that it's an emperor's substitute, if we do something, we might be able to kill the emperor directly. Lao Wang was speechless. He did not want to argue with him. How could it be so simple? Moreover, spies were more secretive. Even Wang Ruobing had not exposed any problems previously. Although she was sick, the three realms was so big. There were all kinds of strange things. Wang Ruobing was not very strong. Who would care too much at a critical moment? Such a person might be the emperor's way to escape. After talking to Lao Wang for a while, Fang Ping quickly found Zhang Tao. He ignored Jiang Chao, who was shouting over there. That damn fatty. What was the use of being an absolute peak? Just looking at him made people angry. Not broken through 8? Fang Ping looked at Zhang Tao, slightly surprised. Not broken through 8. Zhang Tao wanted to smack him to death. Broken through 8. How could it be so simple? Previously, he had only just broken through 7. Although he had absorbed a lot of vitality, he had only advanced a little on the path of breaking through 7. Let's wait and see. Zhang Tao was not too anxious. He said nonchalantly, when there are more powerhouses on the human side, there will be some feedback. When that time comes, there will definitely be progress in Tao. Breaking through 8 is only a matter of time. Right now, the human race was just in the transformation stage. The vitality in some places had not spread to them yet. Now, he was already starting to have feedback. When there were more powerhouses, he would become even stronger. Fang Ping did not say anything after hearing that. Actually, there were some changes in his source world at this moment. Although he had severed his emperor path, the source world was still there. The people in Magic City and Sun City were powerful, which was also helpful to him. This time, Fang Ping wanted to integrate more cities. Right now, his reputation and strength were sufficient. Fang Ping did not bother with old Zhang. He said immediately, build up momentum for me. Publicize all my achievements this time. Publicize them energetically. Tell them how many broken 9 breakers I've killed and how many times I've saved humanity. As for the others, including Heavenly King subduing, if they want to keep a low profile, let them keep a low profile. Give all the credit to me. I've saved the whole world alone. Old Zhang raised his eyebrows. Is there any use? Right now, the human race's worship of you has reached a peak. Isn't that enough? He knew Fang Ping's purpose. However, Fang Ping did not seem to have integrated many cities yet. Was there any use in publicizing it? Nonsense. Of course there is, Fang Ping said impatiently. Just because you can't doesn't mean I can't. Anyway, I'll leave this matter to you. I'll integrate them one by one later. Right now, my source world can still continue to expand. The benefits should still be great. After Fang Ping's source world had expanded to 1,000 meters, it was still expanding. Obviously, it had not reached its limit yet. Integrating more cities could still expand the source world. Of course, the effect might not be as good as before. Previously, expanding 100 meters was already very good. According to the source world's calculations, it might only be beneficial if it expanded 1,000 meters now. That would increase the difficulty greatly. The source world was getting bigger and bigger. Expanding 1,000 meters in diameter was not doubling, but expanding the area by 4 times. It would be more difficult than before. Now that Fang Ping had integrated the 9 Emperors' seal, he could only turn his attention to integrating Earth. Previously, integrating Sun City and Magic City had given him a lot of help. These were only 2 cities. Magic City was still considered big, but Sun City was not. Old Zhang did not say anything. This was a good thing. Fang Ping was now the human race's pillar. The stronger he was, the better. Helping Fang Ping build momentum was nothing at this time. Not to mention that humans were in danger. Even in peaceful times, old Zhang could not be bothered to compete with Fang Ping for this limelight. "I'll get someone to do it later." As old Zhang said that, he glanced at everyone who was still cultivating and said in a low voice, "Time is very tight. Even if everyone has made great progress now, we still can't do anything against the Emperor. Join attack combat technique." Fang Ping did not waste any time. Dong Huang had a set of joint attack combat technique previously. It's a joint force outburst. I think the effect is not bad. I don't expect everyone to kill the Emperor, but at the critical moment, giving the Emperor a blow can also deplete some of the Emperor's strength. Also, Fang Ping said in a low voice, "The 3 realms don't need peace. Let them conquer the 3 realms and unify the 3 realms. If the 3 realms are unified, we should have some feedback. Even those who have made great contributions will benefit. Otherwise, Hong Yu and the rest would not be so determined to unify the 3 realms. Since the humans have this strength, why not fight for it? Hong Yu and the rest can't unify the 3 realms because they are not strong enough. Now that the Emperor is trapped in the source again, this is our chance. Moreover, we don't need those opponents to keep suppressing our development. The catacombs, overseas immortal islands, demon court, divine sect, eliminate these forces that are hostile to us so that they won't cause trouble during the war. Those who are willing to surrender, organize the powerhouses into battle teams and keep a close watch on them. They will be sent out as cannon fodder during the war. As for the weak, Fang Ping said coldly, suppress those who should be suppressed, kill those who should be killed. Those who are stained with the blood of the humans, kill them all. We have been fighting with the catacombs for so many years. It's time to settle the score. Let Hong Yu and the rest cede the outer region immediately. Otherwise, send troops to conquer the inner region of the catacombs immediately. Old Zhang gritted his teeth and said, "Kid, this is not good. Now that everyone knows that we are strong, if nothing goes wrong, these fellows will join forces soon. Believe it or not, very soon there will be only 2 forces left in the 3 realms." Hong Kun and the rest were not idiots. This time, seeing Fang Ping kill Broken 9, how could they not join forces and wait for Fang Ping to defeat them one by one? Old Wang said again, there is also Chu Wu's side. There was some movement in the ancestral grave. Previously, I suspect that the few powerhouses who were trapped in the ancestral grave have escaped. The underworld god and the rest are still considered good. According to the weapon god envoy, the few who were trapped all hate the source, especially the cat. At this moment, the cat was still in Fang Ping's hand. When the dispirited cat heard this, it suddenly raised its head, baring its fangs and brandishing its claws, saying angrily, "If they bully me again, I will bite them." I will stab them all to death. I am already very uncomfortable, and they still want to bully me. Do they really think that cats are easy to bully? It was angry, but Fong Ping was slightly taken aback, his gaze moving slightly. Your outburst earlier shattered the Emperor's mentality blockade. The cat did not want to speak. Big cat, you, Fong Ping's eyes flickered. Did you take that step? This cat's source world had long expanded to 999 meters. However, the last step could not be completed. It had even completed the cultivation of jade bones and jade body, including the conversion of force. Previously, its maximum vitality was close to 16 million. What about now? Could it be that it had completed that step of transformation? Fong Ping really did not care, and he could not see it. His mentality was not as strong as this cat, so he could not see through the cat. Could it be that it had really succeeded? If so, if the cat's vitality went through a qualitative change, in addition to the expansion of the source, there would also be an increase. This cat might be close to 35 million vitality. Would that not be the same as him? If that was really the case, this cat would also be a peak 8 powerhouse who had broken through 2 gates and was close to 3 gates. I'm not telling you. The cat did not want to talk to him. It was in a bad mood now, not telling you. However, Fong Ping had a judgment. He cursed in his heart, "You silly cat, if you don't tell me, it means that it's true." If it was not completed, this cat would definitely not tell Fong Ping, because Fong Ping knew the situation. What a fool! Old Zhang also looked at this cat with a strange gaze. This cat could not have broken through 8, could it? If that was really the case, it was really scary. Fong Ping did not ask anymore, continuing, "The harvest this time is not small. I even got a few divine weapons. The Divine Emperor's rapier, the fishing net obtained by the Heavenly King Suppression, as well as Donghuang's shield, were all destroyed by the Spirit Emperor and merged into the blood arrow. Otherwise, the blood arrow would not be so powerful. The divine weapon that the Divine Emperor forged, his body, was also broken. Even so, including the saber that Fong Ping had successfully merged with, now he had 3 complete divine weapons in his hands. Fong Ping handed the rapier to Old Zhang, leaving the fishing net. This thing could be used to trap people to prevent them from running away, and he could not slash them. Other than that, Fong Ping gave Heavenly Emperor's combat techniques, as well as aura convergence technique, vitality qualitative change, golden body technique, and other cultivation methods to Old Zhang. These things were the cultivation methods that the emperors were good at. In addition, Fong Ping gave Old Zhang the fusion power that killed the Beast Emperor and the vitality he got from the Spirit Emperor. This time, he had indeed gained a lot. Other than the first time, Fong Ping looked into the storage space. There were 2 pots of tea and some tokens left by the Earthly Emperor. Fong Ping had not studied the tokens thoroughly yet, so he did not give them, but he gave the 2 pots of tea to Old Zhang. 1 pot was given to me by Heavenly Emperor. No, the Divine Emperor. The others drank it, and it helped a lot. The cat drank a lot, but it's not a big problem. But I'm not sure if it's really okay. You can find someone to try it yourself. There's another pot. Heavenly King Suppression gave it to me. I don't know what it is. Try it. That old ghost gave it to you. Old Zhang held one of the pots and looked at it for a while, asking suspiciously, "Is it something good?" "I don't know. I didn't drink it." Fong Ping really did not know who knew what it was. Old Zhang touched his chin. "He gave it to you when you were in danger?" "I guess so." Fong Ping was not sure. Was it considered danger when he was with the Divine Emperor? Who knew? Just take it as it was. When Old Zhang heard it, he judged that it might be used to save his life, or else Heavenly King Suppression would not give it to him when Fong Ping was in danger. After thinking about it, he poured out a little and licked it gently. He frowned slightly. What was this thing? It was a little fragrant, but this fragrance was a little unusual. In fact, when one cultivated to the realm of heavenly king suppression, it was not strange at all that one's body would really have a fragrance. However, old Zhang did not feel any particularly useful energy, so he was a little puzzled. On the other side, Heavenly King Suppression just walked out of the mystic realm and saw old Zhang licking the foot-washing water. His teeth were exposed, snow white. Kid Zhang, no matter how cunning you are, you still have to drink my foot-washing water. Old Zhang also happened to look at him. When he saw his expression, his heart suddenly sank. Could it be that he was tricking Fang Ping? He did not feel any energy. There was some fragrance. Old Zhang thought about it carefully and suddenly felt nauseous. F***CK. He had dealt with Heavenly King Suppression many times. He seemed to have smelled this smell before. Body fragrance? Old Zhang shuddered. Damn, this old guy, was he tricking people with bath water? He felt nauseous in his heart, but he did not show it on his face. He threw the teapot to Fang Ping and smiled. It feels like it has a healing effect. Try it. Fang Ping glanced at him and said impatiently, Am I stupid? That old guy obviously has no good intentions. When he saw that I didn't drink it, he was so regretful, as if he had lost money. What good can it be? He either added saliva, bath water, or even peed in it. I won't drink it. Old Zhang almost wanted to kill someone. So you knew, and you actually returned it to me? Behind him, Heavenly King Suppression's body was trembling, happy. However, he still felt regretful. Fang Ping, this kid, was really cunning. Fang Ping said indifferently, There's no harm in drinking it. There's more or less some energy. Don't look down on it. Remember the hard times in the past. Didn't you drink Spirit Emperor's bathwater to save your life? It was tens of thousands of years ago, and I didn't see you disgusted. What's wrong with drinking a little? Old Zhang's face darkened. Fang Ping did not continue to provoke him. He said, This time, I need to rest and reorganize. You solve things yourself. Don't look for me if there's nothing important. Oh, right. Fang Ping thought of something and said quickly, Help me find out where that old Taoist Fengyan is. Previously, I suspected that Heavenly Emperor Reverse's avatar was him. Later, it was the Emperor God who impersonated him. Heavenly Emperor Reverse did not go to the mystic realm at all. I still suspect that he is Heavenly Emperor Reverse's avatar. He might have the ability to break 9. This guy's attitude is unclear. This time, Heavenly Emperor Reverse crushed the 3 cats. Even if we can't kill Heavenly Emperor Reverse, we have to destroy him. Zhang Tao frowned. He helped us a few times. That's why we have to find out. Fang Ping laughed. It's best if he's not. If he is, we'll see. This old guy always wants the world to be in chaos. He always comes up with some ranking list. I don't know if he will continue this time. Anyway, he's not a good guy. You check him. But if he breaks 9, don't provoke him for now. My body hasn't completely transformed. Wait a little longer. Old Zhang looked at him and said hesitantly, You haven't integrated Dao and beginner martial yet. Do you have a chance to break 9? I'll see. Fang Ping did not know how long it would take. He would wait and see. He continued, Now that I've ignited my great Daos, I'm lacking some trump cards. It's better to kill someone who's broken 7 or 8 and take away their great Daos. That way, I'll have more confidence. If I meet someone who's broken 9, I'll be able to kill him. That's good. I wonder how many people will break through this time. I'll take a look when Taoist Fengyan comes up with a ranking. If not, we can investigate the changes in the 3 realms ourselves. This time, many people had gained a lot from the secret realm. Now that they were out, they should be able to digest it quickly. By the way, Old Zhang, if you're lucky this time, you might be able to get first place. Fong Ping teased. Moon's spirit might be achieving breakthrough 8. Even if that celestial polarity guy achieves breakthrough 7, he's still trash. It doesn't matter how powerful he is. Who knows, you might really become the first to achieve breakthrough 7 without doing anything. Old Zhang rolled his eyes. Breaking 7 first my ass. He had just come out of the mystic realm, and there were many trivial matters to attend to. In addition, the life force of the human world had greatly increased. The strong were constantly breaking through, and the weak were also breaking through. At this moment, Old Zhang had many things to do. Many people were in closed-door cultivation. He had no choice but to personally manage and handle it. He did not chat much with Fong Ping. He was busy. Fong Ping was busy too. He still had to sort out his gains and sort out his martial arts at the same time. This time, he had achieved breakthrough 9. His gains were not small. Other things aside, his combat techniques had become much stronger. In addition, his physique was about to achieve breakthrough. This breakthrough, Fong Ping's strength control might reach 100%. Fong Ping also needed to familiarize himself, as well as some matters regarding the 9 emperors, the seeds, the substitutes. Fong Ping needed to sort out these matters. Next, Fong Ping might have to face the emperor's true form. Of course, Chu Wu also had a lot of trouble to solve. If Fist God and the others were released, they might bring some threats to the human race. Lastly, the human race's allies were also in a lot of trouble. Fong Ping needed to sort out. These people were inextricably linked to the emperors. He might need to do something to prevent any unforeseen events from happening when the war was imminent. Forest purple, dragon transformation, chaos, Tengu, many people needed to sort out their relationships on their own. With so many things to do, Fong Ping's head hurt just thinking about it. Chapter 1386. Star Town. Within the secret realm. At this moment, Fong Ping occupied the arcane realm and began waiting for his physique to transform. He was already close to having a jade body. This time, the seed had left behind quite a lot of energy. In addition to that, Fong Ping himself had slashed 9 times previously. After a few times, his essence, spirit, and soul had been perfected. This state was also the easiest for him to achieve a breakthrough. After waiting for a long time, there was a loud boom. His body was like thunder. At this moment, Fong Ping's flesh glowed with a jade-colored glow perfectly attaching to his bones. He had finally completed the transformation this time. Wealth, 220 billion points vitality. 6 million calories, 16 million spirit, 0 hertz, 99,999 hertz, force, 1,000 original, 20 million calories vitality, jade bones, 99% with qualitative change of chi and blood, source world, 1099 meters battle technique, chaos vanquishing saber technique, plus 18%, power control, 99% ultimate outburst, 30373200 cal, /30680000 cal. Fong Ping glanced at the new data. His wealth was even higher than before. Fong Ping had expended a lot of it previously, mainly because he had obtained 2 divine weapons to replenish his wealth. Vitality increased by 1 million calories. It wasn't too much, but it wasn't too little either. His mental strength was still the same. The key was still his battle technique. This time, he had improved quite a bit. He changed it to the chaos vanquishing saber technique and increased it to 18%. That was terrifying. It was a full 3% increase in strength. However, Fong Ping frowned at the last part, the control of energy. That included the jade bones. Jade bones and strength control were still at 99%. This was slightly different from what Fong Ping had expected. He thought that since his physique was complete, there would be a huge change this time. My body is jade-like. What else is lacking? Fong Ping felt a little strange. What was missing? He could not help but think of the heaven-battling emperor. He knew that the heaven-battling emperor could control 100% of his strength, and he seemed to be the only one who could control 100% of his strength. Of course, people like the God Creation Envoy had very strong control over their strength as well. Unquestionable Sword had once said that the control of the God-crafting envoy's power was also 100%. However, at this moment, Fong Ping knew in his heart that although the God Envoy was strong, his control over his strength was about the same as his, about 99%. It was probably the same for Heavenly King subduing. Then why couldn't it reach 100%? Ah, my head hurts. Fong Ping suspected that there might be other changes after he achieved 100% control over his strength. He thought of the projection from before. At that time, Zhang Tiandi had already exceeded his expectations. He was very, very strong, and definitely not someone who had just broken through to the 9th rank. In addition, Sovereign Chunling's body had been torn to pieces, and a divine artifact had exploded. Under such circumstances, the combined strength of the two of them would be stronger than Zhang Tiandi's own strength. However, did Zhang Tiandi have 60 million calories of vitality at that time? Fong Ping was not sure. However, did he really think that 60 million calories of vitality could penetrate the defense of the 8 sovereigns and 1 emperor, shoot directly at the source of the attack, and injure Heavenly Emperor? It wasn't that simple. According to the classification of emperors, there are 3 levels of emperors. The weak ones like the Spirit Emperor had at least 50 million calories. People like the Earthly Sovereign should have no problem with 60 to 70 million calories, right? The strongest God Emperors are probably close to 100 million. Zhang Tiandi said that it can kill the weak and severely injure the Emperor God and the others. This arrow should cost at least 80 million calories, right? Fong Ping felt that it was even more than that. Even if Zhang Tiandi and Ling Huang worked together, the combined power of that arrow should not have been more than 80 million calories. However, Zhang Tiandi had unleashed a power that exceeded his limits. Is this the effect of 100% power control? Fong Ping thought of someone. Old Man Li. When the control of power was beyond imagination, powerhouses could unleash a power that exceeded their limits. Old Man Li killed a rank 8 powerhouse with a vitality limit of 10,000 cal at rank 6. Rank 8 powerhouses, on the other hand, had at least 50,000 cal of vitality. At that time, even if Old Man Li took advantage of the enemy's unpreparedness and slashed with his sword, the power unleashed would definitely be more than 10,000 cal. If it was 10,000 cal, even if he took advantage of the enemy's unpreparedness, he would not be able to kill a rank 8 martial artist. Old Man Li. Fong Ping rubbed his chin. Old Man Li was the second martial artist that Fong Ping knew who had 100% power control. As for Old Zhang, this fellow claimed to have 100% power control, but according to the current situation, it should be 99%. Of course, these people's power control was extremely high. Their power almost did not leak out. It felt like it was not much different from total control. However, even if it was only a difference of 1%, it might produce a completely different effect. I still have to ask Old Man Li. Fong Ping suddenly felt that this old man was really freaking freakish. In the past, every time he thought of a rank 6 killing a rank 8, Fong Ping also felt that he was freakish. Not only Fong Ping, everyone knew that he was freakish. However, at Fong Ping's level, a rank 8 could be killed with just a breath. Now, he actually did not care about these things too much. However, now he actually did not achieve 100% power control. This surprised Fong Ping. Thinking about it again, he, a break 8 martial artist, actually felt that a rank 6 martial artist was freakish. Now that the body is as one, I've really broken through 2 gates. Fong Ping muttered. He was still lacking before, but now he had really broken through 2 gates with a full 30 million cal outburst. Mentality is still lacking. A round ball appeared in Fong Ping's hand. He was slightly hesitant. If he ate the round ball, could his mentality complete a qualitative change? If he could, then he would have profited greatly. 200,000 hertz mentality, 16 million calories vitality, balance conversion can also be converted to 1800 force, 36 million calories vitality. Now, although Fong Ping had the vitality induction technique to convert the force and coexist with his vitality, however, this was not a long-term solution. After all, the 2 types of power were not equally strong. Now, there was still the danger of imbalance. Once there was an imbalance, Fong Ping might be blown to death by himself. It was also because he had high power control. Otherwise, Fong Ping would have been blown to death by himself. Emperor's Core. Before going into closed-door cultivation, Fong Ping asked Heavenly King Suppressing if this thing could be eaten. According to Heavenly King Suppressing, this was the crystallization of the Tao tree's life. It also had the effect of crystallization of mentality. Eating it, it could be eaten. He was afraid that Fong Ping would have indigestion and die from overeating. Moreover, it was best not to eat this thing recklessly. If it was given to a talented martial artist to use, the other party could easily walk to the Heavenly King stage. Fong Ping snorted. Heavenly King stage. Yes, Heavenly King stage was very strong. However, if his mentality changed qualitatively and reached a basic vitality outburst of 36 million calories, he could say that he was at peak break 8 with more than 35 million. At that time, Fong Ping would be considered to have walked to peak break 8. Now, although he had reached the stage of breaking through 2 gates, there was still a long way to go before he could reach peak break 8. Recently, he did not have any great path in hand. Hong Yu and the others could see Fong Ping's situation now. Fong Ping did not have a great path. He had just broken through 2 gates. Fong Ping's great path of breaking 6. Even if he installed it now, the increase might not be that great. He still had to break through 7. These people were not necessarily afraid of Fong Ping. Of course, Fong Ping could integrate Tao. These people were also afraid. It was not like the humans did not have heavenly kings. If old Zhang was willing to break his Tao for Fong Ping, this was Fong Ping's Tao. Once Fong Ping installed it, he might be able to break through 9 gates instantly. They were also aware of this. Unless it was absolutely necessary, these people did not want to fight to the death with the humans. However, if I break old Zhang's Tao, even if he doesn't die, he will be completely crippled. Fong Ping shook his head. He still did not want old Zhang to break his Tao. If that was the case, it would be best if he could really reach the stage of breaking 9. Eat it first. Fong Ping looked at the Emperor's Core in his hand. He gritted his teeth. Eat. After eating it, he might complete the qualitative change of his mentality. When that time came, he would truly walk to the peak of the 3 realms, the peak of no emperor. Just as Fong Ping swallowed the Emperor's Core, wishing for death, the catacombs, Hong Yu walked out of the torn heaven and earth. Compared to before, he was more reserved, but his eyes were more spirited. Outside, the Palm Seal envoy looked at him and said emotionally, "You've broken through 2 gates?" Previously, Hong Yu had only broken through the mentality gate. This time, he had gained a lot. Hong Yu nodded slightly and chuckled. "I did." Moreover, after breaking through 2 gates, with the help of the gate-breaking force, not only did I successfully forge my jade bones, but my vitality has also increased a little. The 3rd gate, I can vaguely take a peek at it. The Palm Seal envoy's eyes flickered. Peak of 2 gates. Not really. According to human calculations, it's about 35 million calories. You can be considered to have entered the ranks of the peak. The Palm Seal envoy was filled with emotions. Hongyu smiled. You're almost there too. This time, you've gained a lot. Very soon, you will also be able to break through 8 gates. The Palm Seal envoy was slightly delighted. However, he quickly looked at the turbulent void on the other side and said helplessly, Li Zhu still suffered a lot. What a pity. Although he did not get along with this disciple, he had to admit that Li Zhu was very talented. This time, Li Zhu directly opened up the path of energy in the mystic realm. After coming out, even if he did not cultivate, he could still break through 1 gate quickly. Moreover, he had also absorbed a lot of vitality. If he was lucky, he could directly break through 2 gates. Now, the unlucky one was almost killed by Fang Ping. The vitality that he absorbed was used to repair his body. With this, Li Zhu could originally break through 2 gates. Now, he would die from breaking through 1 gate. He had to admit that it was a huge loss. That much life force wasn't something that could be found all the time. This time, only the seed projection had so much vitality. Hongyu also smiled bitterly. It's already lucky that we managed to survive. If it wasn't for Fang Ping's boldness to break through 9 gates and snatch the seed, he would not have cooperated with us at all. If that had happened, not only Brother Li, even if we could come back, it would have been a problem. Fang Ping's final target was the Emperor clone. Otherwise, none of them could even dream of escaping. As he said that, he added he might still have some thoughts of joining forces to fight against the Emperor. That's why he did not persist in the later stages and insisted on killing us. Otherwise, I'm afraid he would not have escaped death. Upon hearing that, the Palm Seal envoy sighed. I didn't expect this. Who would have thought that he could reach this step and break through the Tao tree? This is the Emperor realm of the ancient times, the real Emperor realm. The clone was slightly better. He had broken through 9 gates and had about 40 million calories of vitality. Even if the Tao tree was also 40 million calories, it was not something the clone could compare to. This was a real emperor. In the end, he was killed. Hongyu felt a lingering fear when he thought about it. He quickly smiled and said he ignited his Tao and integrated the underworld god and the others to achieve this. If I'm not mistaken, he has an extremely high demand for Tao. The stronger he is, the higher his demand. Previously, he killed Yuan Gang. This was also the first Heavenly King martial artist that he had separated from his Tao. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he should not have any other Heavenly King Tao. Moreover, breaking 6 gates might not be useful. I saw that he kept an eye on King General. I'm afraid he needs to break 7 gates. I'll inform King Zhen to be careful and not go out for now. After thinking for a while, he looked at the Palm Seal envoy and coughed. Senior 2. The Palm Seal envoy's face darkened. Needless to say, he was a little frightened. It was really dangerous to break 7 gates, although he had broken through the peak of 7 gates and could break through 8 gates soon. Breaking through 8 gates was not a guarantee. It was better to be careful in case Fang Ping killed him. According to Hongyu, even without the enhancement of Tao, that fellow had the ability to break through 2 gates. As they spoke, Li Zhu broke through. His face was still a little pale. However, he was in a good mental state. When he saw the 2 of them looking at him, he smiled bitterly. I just broke through the energy gate. I'm lucky that I didn't die. It's just that breaking through the life gate is still a long way off. Hongyu thought for a while. That might not be the case. This time, the humans took the seed and spread its vitality to the entire human world, Li Zhu said, helplessly, Brother Yu, are you planning to take over the human world? At this stage, was there still such an extravagant hope? How strong was the subduing heavenly king in the human world? How strong was Fang Ping? Plus, Luan, Sherpa, heavenly hound, God creation envoy. This large group of powerhouses that were on good terms with Fang Ping invaded the human world at this time. They were courting death. It was already good enough that the human world did not invade them. Hong Yu smiled. There's no need to snatch it by force. Zhang Tao had promised Hong Kuan that he would give Hong Kuan enough vitality to help King Qian and King Zhen temper their jade bones. As for King Zhen, it's a waste even if it's used. I'll try my best to get some for Brother Li. Brother Li breaking through the second gate is more effective than King Zhen, Li Zhu said helplessly. King Zhen was there too, right? King Zhen wouldn't agree to forcefully snatch it away. If King Zhen bore a grudge against them, it wouldn't be a good thing. At this moment, it is inevitable to join forces with the divine sect and the demon court. It is not a good thing to have another dispute. I understand. Hong Yu smiled. We don't have to snatch it by force. If King Zhen really managed to forge his jade bones, he would be suppressed by the Tao. By reasoning with him, we can help him walk further on the great Tao. He may not necessarily care about the jade forging bones. Right now, the biggest threat to him is the path of breaking 7. Fang Ping needs it. Hong Yu sounded helpless. These words could be used to threaten King General. It would be very effective. King Zhen wasn't stupid. He knew the current situation. Fang Ping had his eyes on the path of breaking 7. Fang Ping would definitely keep his eyes on the person who broke 7 and had the easiest Tao to separate. He didn't look at Heaven's fate. After he left, he disappeared in the blink of an eye. West Imperial Palace had disappeared without a trace. Heaven's fate had a good relationship with Fang Ping. He had never targeted the humans. However, Heaven's fate knew that his path of breaking 7 was very useful to Fang Ping. By burning his Tao, Fang Ping could break 9. At this stage, no matter how good their relationship was, it was useless. Unless they formed an alliance with the humans, Fang Ping might not let Heaven's fate go. Li Zhu nodded. Hopefully. There was still a difference between breaking 2 gates and breaking 1 gate. There was a difference of tens of millions of cal. On the celestial court side, if he and Hong Yu both broke 2 gates and broke 8 gates, they would have some ability to protect themselves. Protect themselves. Thinking of this, Li Zhu felt helpless. Since when did 3 people breaking 8 gates and 2 people breaking 2 gates become self-defense against the humans? They might not even be able to protect themselves. It seemed like they had to work together. It had to be fast. It would be best if all 3 parties gathered. 2 parties had to give up their territories and work together. Overseas, it was best to give up. Li Zhu and Hong Yu discussed. The celestial court might need to be reorganized and rebuilt. The Earth realm was still the largest continent in the 3 realms. The overseas immortal islands were not as big as the Earth realm. The human realm was not even 1/10 the size of the Earth realm. In the Earth realm, they could cede some territory to the divine sect and the demon court. They would probably be happy to do so. Brother Hong Yu will need to persuade Feng to join the celestial court. Everyone was digesting what they had gained this time. Overseas, on a small island, Di Xing's face was pale. Looking at the sage-like Taoist Feng Yun, he said dryly, "You still want to rank the 3 realms ranking list? Feng Yun, who exactly are you?" He was crazy. Even breaking 9 was killed. Heavenly kings had fallen like rain in the 3 realms. A saint dared to rank the 3 realms ranking list. Was this guy really Feng Yun? Taoist Feng Yun smiled casually. This time, it's the real 3 realms ranking list. Not only do we rank heavenly kings, but We also rank emperors, including beginners. We have to rank them too. Since ancient times, there have been thousands of martial artists. If they are not on the ranking list, who can stir up the three realms and leave their names on the ranking list? You're crazy. You're really crazy, Di Xing murmured. Then, his expression changed drastically. Emperors on the ranking list? This was not a lunatic. This was strength. Without strength and judgment, how could you rank emperors? Even Feng Ping could not tell the depth of emperors. He was only estimating. Taoist Fengyun wanted to rank emperors. Who exactly are you? Di Xing was about to tremble. He and Taoist Fengyun were the remnants of the divine sect. They were also traitors of the divine sect. These days, he had been hanging out with Fengyun, but now he realized that he did not understand Taoist Fengyun at all. Was he still a saint? Taoist Fengyun smiled faintly. Why look into this? Now that the three realms are in turmoil, although you've advanced to emperor level, now you're just cannon fodder. If you follow me, at least there's hope. Otherwise, you'll die sooner or later. Taoist Fengyun smiled again. It's lonely to be alone. It's not bad to have someone to talk to. As soon as he said that, a small stone tablet landed in Di Xing's hands. Go to the Earth realm. Find an outland, and leave this tablet there, before coming back. This is the real three realms ranking list. Di Xing's expression changed again. Taoist Fengyun smiled. It's fine. Even if they know you left it, they won't do anything to you. Di Xing's expression was dark and uncertain. He asked in a low voice, How do you know their strength? Everyone had just come out and had not revealed their strength yet. I have a pair of peeking eyes. Who in the three realms can hide from my eyes? Taoist Fengyun was arrogant. He laughed and said quickly, Go. This time, all the powerhouses in the three realms are on the ranking list. I'm afraid this will be the last one. Emperors and beginners were all on the ranking list. Did the three realms need another ranking list? There was no need for that. Di Xing's face was pale. He did not dare to disobey. His heart trembled, but he could only fly toward the catacombs quickly. After Di Xing left, Taoist Fengyun heaved a sigh. How many people on the ranking list could have a good ending? This could be considered as keeping a record for the heroes of tens of thousands of years ago. Years later, someone might find out and decipher the names on the ranking list. At the very least, they could give an explanation to the three realms. At the very least, people would know that there were the 9 sovereigns, the 4 emperors, the heavenly kings, and the saints. I am writing history. Taoist Fengyun chuckled. That was history. Names after names, heart-rending stories after heart-rending stories. The dead hid their names. The living spread their names. That day, the catacombs shook. A huge tablet fell from the sky. A ranking list shook the three realms. Taoist Fengyun, the mysterious guy, was finally known by the powerhouses of the three realms. The one who stirred up the storm was Taoist Fengyun. The sovereign ranking: number 1, Heaven Emperor, unfathomable. Number 2, Sun Spirit, unfathomable. Number 3, God Emperor, over 100 million. Number 4, Heaven Reverse Emperor, over 100 million. Number 5, East Sovereign, over 100 million. Number 6, Earthly Sovereign, almost 100 million. Number 7, Human Sovereign, almost 100 million. Number 8, North Sovereign, 80 to 90 million. Number 9, Beast Sovereign, 70 to 80 million. Number 10, West Sovereign, 70 to 80 million. Number 11, Emperor Nan, 70 to 80 million. Number 12, Spirit Sovereign, 60 to 70 million. Did not go all out. The data might have been omitted. Number 13, Heaven Subduing King, 40 to 50 million. A total of 13 powerhouses were on the list. However, even without looking at the rest of the list, the names at the top were enough to shock the three realms. Astounding! 13 powerhouses were on the sovereign ranking. Among them, two were the most shocking. Number 1, earthly sovereign. Number 2, heaven subduing king. Both of them were on the ranking list. This also meant that earthly sovereign might not be dead. They did not know how Taoist Feng Yun found out, but he even knew about heaven subduing king. Perhaps earthly sovereign was still alive. Heaven emperor and sun spirit, one was first and the other was second. Only these two had unfathomable strength. Even God emperor could be estimated. It was clear that if Taoist Feng Yun was a clone of one of them, then it was most likely to be God emperor, heaven reverse emperor, or East sovereign, because East sovereign strength was also over 100 million. Both earthly sovereign and human sovereign were close to 100 million. Earthly sovereign was easy to deal with. If he was not dead, he was already powerful. But human sovereign, once again, everyone's prediction was refreshed. Of course, Fang Ping knew that North Sovereign's previous ranking was not much different from this. It was clear that human sovereign was powerful. Heaven Emperor Zhan's three masters were all terrifying. God Emperor, East Sovereign, human sovereign, no wonder Zhan Yi was terrifyingly powerful. How could these three not be powerful? If all three said that Zhan Yi was scary, then it meant that Zhan Yi was indeed scary. Heavenly King ranking. Broken 8 ranking. Number 1, Fist God 38 million. Number 2, Fang Ping 30 to 40 million. Number 3, God Creator 36 million. Number 4, Hong Kuan 36 million. Number 5, Underworld God 35 million. Number 6, Hongyu 35 million. Number 7, Demon Emperor 35 million. Number 8, Tianqin 35 million. Number 9, Feng 34 million. Number 10, Tengu 34 million. Number 11, Spear God 32 million. Number 12, Divine Palm 30 million. Number 13, Fantasy 26 million. Number 14, Heavenly Arm 25 million. Number 15, Sherpa 25 million. Number 16, King Qian 23 million. Number 17, Li Zhu 22 million. Number 18, Chaos 22 million. Number 19, Rod Saint 22 million. Number 20, Severed Consciousness 22 million. Number 21, Moon Spirit 20 million. Number 22, Wang Jinyang close to 20 million. Broken 7 ranking. Number 1, Palm Imprint User 19, 9 million. Number 2, Zhang Tao 16 million. Human Sovereign's Bonus. Number 3, Azura God 18 million. Number 4, Celestial Fate 18 million. Number 5, Wine God 17 million. Number 6, Rain God 16 million. Number 9, King Zhen 13 million. Number 10, Lindsay 11 million. A terrifyingly long list appeared on the stone tablet on the Feng Shui leaderboard. There were as many as 22 powerhouses who had broken 8 ranking. Even Wang Jinyang, who had just broken 8 and was only known to Fang Ping, was on the leaderboard, becoming the last person on the leaderboard. It was terrifying. Not only that, there was a special note on the leaderboard. Songcat is not on the leaderboard. Yes, Songcat was not on the leaderboard. However, with this special note, it did not matter whether it was on the leaderboard or not. In the Sky Cemetery, the powerhouses of origins had really broken through their realms. This time, Fist God, Spear God, Divine Sovereign, Rod Saint, and Severed Consciousness, a total of 5 powerhouses, all of whom had broken 8, walked out of the Sky Cemetery. In an instant, the strength of the beginner martial artist skyrocketed. There were 8 powerhouses who had broken 8 ranking. Fist God was ranked first, but Fang Ping was ranked second. Even though Fang Ping had killed Broken 9, he had achieved it by burning his Dao. Right now, Fang Ping was ranked second without his Dao. He was already overestimating himself. Underworld God was only ranked 5th. He was actually not as good as Hong Kuan. This was somewhat unexpected. Once the leaderboard was out, the three realms were shaken again. As for Fong Ping, he was still screaming shrilly, waiting for his mentality to transform. He, who had eaten the emperor's core, had not come out of closed-door cultivation yet. Otherwise, Fong Ping would be happy. Taoist feng shui had helped him come up with the broken 7 leaderboard. He could choose carefully now. Otherwise, if someone had broken 7, he might not even know. P.S. Brothers, cast your monthly votes in the last 10 minutes of this month. Don't waste it. Chapter 1387. The second place in the monthly votes ranking would never change. The best-selling continued to dominate the first place, and his position as the leader was still stable. He updated more than 550,000 words this month, which was not bad. A new month had begun. September should be the end of the month. He was not too sure. If the ending was slow, then it would be October. Anyway, it would only be these 2 months, and it would not be longer. In August, he had written a large dungeon. Actually, writing such a long dungeon was quite tiring. In September, he might not keep writing about Fong Ping. He might write about others, about those characters who were about to become passers-by. He would try his best to write about some people so that everyone could remember them, so that they could come alive. Of course, his pen strength was limited. Everyone, please forgive me. I might not be able to write to everyone's satisfaction. In short, Gao Wu had officially entered the late stage. The complete book should be more than 8 million words. He hoped that it could end perfectly and not drop the ball. Once again, he thanked everyone for their support. In September, he would continue to ask for guaranteed monthly votes. So, be it second place. That's fine too. Everyone continue to support him. Let's move forward. Chapter 1388. Ah. Shrill screams came one after another. The scolding started again. In the arcane realm, there was only one cat watching, circling Fong Ping. The cheater screamed so miserably. However, every time the cheater screamed, he would find someone to scold. Did it not hurt any more? The 9 emperors were scolded, and so were the broken ones. The cat was curious. Who else could he scold? Was it that painful? The cat did not understand. Back then, the cat's mentality naturally changed. Why was the cheater so miserable? It seemed like the cheater's ability to endure pain was not good enough. The cat sighed in its heart. It poked Fong Ping with its paw, comforting him. Then, it squatted in front of Fong Ping and ate the dried fish. Just a cup of tea was needed. This was the so-called spectator crowd. Unfortunately, the cheater had not come out of closed-door cultivation. The cat felt embarrassed to enjoy the emperor beverage alone. Otherwise, it would be drinking the beverage and eating the dried fish while watching the cheater scream. Fong Ping was in extreme pain. His mentality was changing. He opened his eyes and saw the cat squatting in front of him, eating the dried fish. Fong Ping wanted to kill the cat. "What are you doing? I'm screaming so miserably, and you're still sitting and watching. Aren't you embarrassed? This stupid cat is so annoying sometimes." Little did he know, in the eyes of others, he, Fong Ping, was much more annoying than this cat. Fong Ping screamed again. The cat was enjoying the fish even more. Was this an accompaniment? Fong Ping was fuming. His head was really on fire. The cat's eyes were glazed. The dried fish almost fell from its mouth. It said adorably, "Cheater, you're on fire. You're the one on fire. You're really on fire." Fong Ping rolled his eyes. "Nonsense. Of course I know I'm on fire. This is not a fire. It's my mentality changing. It's transforming." However, a formless mental power appeared at this moment, just like flames. Fang Ping's brain was changing too. His brain had been melted before. At this moment, the eggshell was even stronger. The small hole left behind by the main path was now showing signs of closing. Fang Ping's gaze changed slightly. At this moment, he suddenly realized something and was in a trance. My control over my power is not at 100%. Is it because of this hole in my brain? But if there was a hole in the brain, how could Zhang Tiandi have complete control over it? Could it be that his brain was also sealed? That was impossible. Or could it be that Zhang Zhen's talent was astonishing? Even without sealing his brain core, he was still able to do this. There are so many people in the 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors, and all of them are monstrous geniuses. Yet, only Zhang managed to achieve 100% control. Does this mean that it might really be due to his great talent? As for me, I have to seal my brain. At that moment, Fang Ping began to hesitate. If it was sealed and then broken, it could cause the entire brain nucleus to shatter. But if he were to seal it off, perhaps he would be able to control 100% of his power. However, how could they install the Great Tao if it was sealed? If his source world was sealed, he would not be able to draw origin chi from the source universe. He would have to rely on the system to produce origin chi. Fang Ping felt conflicted and conflicted. Should we seal it? This was an opportunity. Big Cat, has your brain melted? Fang Ping asked suddenly. The cat looked at him like he was an idiot. No, why should I melt it? It'll definitely hurt. This cat did not choose to melt his brain into an eggshell to cover the source world, because the cat felt that it would hurt. If that was the case, Fang Ping was in a difficult position. He bluffed, "Why don't you melt it and try sealing it completely?" The cat continued to eat its dried fish. It would not do it. Liar bluffed the cat. Fang Ping was helpless. This cat was really something. He asked it to do some work and be a lab rat. Why did it come up with all sorts of excuses? Forget it. I'll seal it again, next time when there's a chance. Right now, Fang Ping could not determine whether sealing it was good or bad. However, he had experienced it before when he installed the Great Tao and his combat strength sword to Broken 9. If that was the case, there was no hurry to seal it. It was easy to seal it, but it was difficult to open it again. If he was careless and shattered his brain nucleus, Fang Ping would not even have a place to cry. As he thought about this, the pain lessened significantly. This time, the qualitative change in his mentality was slightly different from before. His mentality was no longer expanding, but it was viscous. That flame seemed to be purifying his mentality. From the previously illusory mentality, it now felt like it had turned into a jelly. This might be the principle of the qualitative change. Purifying and purifying the mentality. Naturally, the same amount of mentality would be stronger than before. This was the first time Fang Ping felt the qualitative change in his mentality. At this moment, there was a rumble. The world in Fang Ping's eyes changed. Particles, tiny particles floated around him. Fang Ping could clearly feel the energy particles, the life particles, and the existence of space. The world was microscopic. In the past, unless he was especially focused, it was difficult to feel this change. Now he could feel it easily. Fang Ping could feel the vitality particles too. That day, Emperor taught Fang Ping the vitality qualitative change. Fang Ping split 1 calorie vitality into 2 parts. It was very difficult. Today, Fang Ping felt that if he were to do it again, he could do it very quickly. The mentality has changed. At this moment, a large amount of energy surged out of his body, replenishing his mentality and vitality. The Emperor core left by the Tao tree was more effective than expected. His mentality was changing and strengthening. his flesh and bones were also vaguely showing signs of strengthening. The feeling of having his bones honed twice. This was what Celestial Emperor Batian told him that day. Jade bones could be honed a second time. That was the real invincible body, extremely powerful. Celestial Emperor Batian relied on his incomparably powerful jade bones and jade body to rank above average among the 9 emperors and 4 emperors. Old Wang once said that when Celestial Emperor Batian unleashed his power, he was stronger than some emperors. Emperors were strong in omnipotence and endurance. Celestial Emperor Batian, on the other hand, was strong in outbursts. In an instant, he could suppress emperors. If he could kill or injure emperors in this period of time, it would be useless no matter how long the emperors lasted. At this moment, Fang Ping felt his flesh and bones strengthened by the Emperor Core's power again. Dao Tree, this guy was really a good guy. Fang Ping sighed in his heart. This time, he had gained so much because of the Dao Tree. It was all left by Celestial Emperor. Celestial Emperor wanted Dao Tree to become an emperor because he wanted to perfect something. There should be 2 emperors among the demon race. As for why he wanted to perfect it, why he wanted Dao Tree to become an emperor when the origin was seriously flawed, Fang Ping did not know what Celestial Emperor was thinking, and he was too lazy to think about it. Dao Tree had been killed anyway. Boom boom. In his mind, his brain core was roaring, and his mentality was spreading. At this time, Fang Ping could even feel some of the situation in the mystic realm. Tiny, almost invisible passageways appeared in the secret realm. Fang Ping's mentality spread along these passages. In the next moment, Fang Ping understood what it was. This was the source of the chains that trapped the God creation envoy in the past. In his mind, mountains and rivers appeared. Those mountains and rivers all had a faint aura connected to this place. Fang Ping remembered something. Previously, the God creation envoy had said that the chains that locked him were the veins of some mountains and rivers on Earth. If these things were broken, Earth might erupt into a violent natural disaster. At this moment, Fang Ping felt it completely. Mentality had really completed a qualitative change. Fang Ping had never felt these things before. Fang Ping experienced everything carefully. At this moment, he suddenly discovered something and looked at the cat. In the next moment, Fang Ping's eyes moved slightly. At this time, in his eyes, the cat was like a jade sculpture. Its entire body was jade, and on the cat's head, there was a kitten sitting cross-legged. The kitten was also looking at Fang Ping. The cat's main body was also looking at Fang Ping. After looking for a while, it said strangely, "Liar, why are you looking at me? Don't look at cats like that. Do you want to see cats without fur?" Fang Ping grimaced and suddenly said, "There's someone on my head." "Yes," the cat said casually, "when your mentality is strong, you will have it." Fang Ping was speechless. After a while, he said, "Mentality has changed qualitatively. I feel like I can see through everything. So, in the past, I was not wearing clothes in your eyes." The cat was also depressed. "I don't look at this. Why would I look at you without clothes? I don't even want to look at your bones." Fang Ping thought about it. It did not seem to be a big deal. With a strong mentality, it had a penetrating scanning function for those with weak mentality. It was just that it was not very clear before. Now, it felt more powerful than X-rays. He could not be bothered to dwell on this. Fang Ping continued to wait for a while. He felt that his mentality had completely completed its transformation and replenishment. Now, Fang Ping could feel the changes in his mentality. This time, it was no longer the change from 99,999 to 100,000 hertz. When the qualitative change was completed, it was doubled. Fong Ping felt it briefly and had an idea. He looked at the system again. It was similar to his judgment. With a strong mentality, his control over his body was much clearer. In the past, he could sense mentality of hundreds of thousands of hertz accurately to 10 digits, but it was difficult to do it to single digits. Now, there was no difference in general. Vitality, 6, 2 million calories, 16. 2 million, mentality, 108,001 hertz, 208,000 hertz. His mentality had transformed. His vitality had increased slightly. The so-called sum referred to 200,000 calories. Of course, for the current Fong Ping, 200,000 calories was not too much. However, Fong Ping was still a little happy. This meant that his physique had not reached its limit. He was really afraid that after he had forged jade bones and body, his physique had reached a limit. Now, it seemed that it was not the case. That's true. Fong Ping suddenly felt relieved. Beginner powerhouses who had broken 8 would not convert their vitality. Just their physique alone could reach as high as 40 million calories vitality. As for Fong Ping, his vitality was only 16. 2 million. It was not too strong. It was like a beginner's physique breakthrough to rank 7. Mentality. That was mentality. It was still different. If Fong Ping did not convert his vitality, he could not compare to beginners who had broken 8. However, beginner powerhouses who had broken 8 would usually only study one path. It was not easy to cultivate their physique to this point, let alone cultivate their mentality to the same level. If he could do it, if these people also converted their vitality, they might break 9 under balance. Break 9. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. Now, he only knew that Yang Spirit had done it. Yang Spirit's physique breakthrough 9, mentality breakthrough 9, or force breakthrough 9. This, he could not tell now. Fong Ping did not think about it anymore. The most important thing now was to completely balance out the vitality. Although the vitality augmentation technique was good, it was not a good thing to continue using 2 types of energy. He could easily hurt himself. If he completely converted it to vitality, it would have a body honing effect. Now, he could only maintain the balance with his vitality. He could not hone his body. 16. 2 million calories vitality, 208,000 hertz mentality. Very soon, Fong Ping began the conversion. This time, the conversion was not difficult. Wealth, 220 billion points vitality. 0 million calories, 18, 5 million mentality, 0 hertz, 185,000 hertz, force, 1850 calories, 37 million calories vitality, jade bones, 99% vitality qualitative change, source world, 1099 meters combat techniques, chaos vanquishing saber techniques, plus 18%, power mastery, 99% extreme outburst, 432234000 cal /436600000 cal. Fong Ping was a little confused. He had broken 9. Before this, he had considered the possibility of breaking 9. But there was not much of a barrier to breaking 9. He had really broken 9. That was easy. Fong Ping was in a trance. At this moment, he was thinking about a problem. Would it be useful if he installed the path of breaking 7? Would it be crushed in half? Previously, when he broke 2 gates, the path of breaking 6 was almost crushed. Now it was broken 9. This had surpassed breaking 3 gates. Breaking 7 would not be crushed all at once, right? Fong Ping was even more dazed. After a qualitative change, he had actually completed the checkpoint of breaking 9. It seemed a little easy. I became an emperor? Fong Ping shook his head. Why did he feel that becoming an emperor was so easy? More than 43 million calories of outburst. If the chaos vanquishing saber could support this outburst, Fong Ping felt that his outburst might reach 45 million calories at his peak. If that was the case, was there anyone in the three realms who could be his opponent now? Heavenly King Subduer's origin body seemed to have broken 9 as well. Of course, it also broke 2 gates. There might be some changes. However, was Heavenly King Subduer's origin body as powerful as him? It was hard to say. Of course, he did not know if Heavenly King Subduer could integrate his beginner martial body. If it could, they would be one. With the strength of the beginner martial body, combined with the strength of the origin body, Fong Ping might not win. But it was still terrifyingly powerful. Fong Ping was really in a trance. He had thought before that after the mentality qualitative change, he would be very powerful, even close to breaking 9. However, he did not expect that he would surpass it directly. Was he considered a beginner martial breaking 9? Probably not, because the origin world was still there. In fact, the origin world enhanced Fong Ping. The current him was somewhat similar to the Heavenly Emperor in the past. The origin had integrated with the flesh, but he had not broken away from the origin. Once the origin world exploded, Fong Ping's combat strength might drop significantly. Even so, Fong Ping felt that even if the origin world was gone, he might still have the combat strength of breaking 8. Breaking 9, Fong Ping murmured in his heart again. It felt a little unreal. Would anyone believe it if he said it out? Yes, hiding my strength, trump card. At this moment, Fong Ping was in a trance. Very quickly, he woke up. Suddenly, an avatar appeared in front of him. This was the avatar he had condensed previously. It had just reached breaking 6. However, at this moment, Fong Ping's eyes moved. He suddenly spat out a small piece of Emperor's core from his mouth. This was the power that had not been digested. The Tao tree was very powerful. Fong Ping was only one step away from the qualitative change of his mentality. Until now, he had not finished absorbing this power. Fong Ping stuffed the Emperor's core directly into the avatar's mouth. This was good stuff. If people knew that Fong Ping had used it for his avatar, they would probably want to tear him apart. If Li Zhu and the others obtained this, they would have a chance to break through another gate. The cat looked at Fong Ping curiously, then at his avatar. Fong Ping threatened, "Forget about it after seeing it. Otherwise, I'll eat cat meat later." The cat knew that he had an avatar. In addition, the cat had been following him. Fong Ping felt that he could not hide it from this cat. Moreover, this cat's mentality was strong. It also knew that he had completed the qualitative change. The avatar could not do this. At this moment, the avatar was absorbing the power of the Emperor's core. Fong Ping pondered for a while. Suddenly, his finger broke. A large amount of blood gushed out and poured into the avatar's body. Not enough. Fong Ping looked at the cat and said, "Give me more of the vitality that you swept away. I want to cast jade bones for the avatar." The cat felt a little heartache. He could not help but say, "You need to cast jade bones for the avatar." Nonsense. Otherwise, how can I make people believe that this is real? Fong Ping was speechless. Of course, he had to cast it. His jade bones had been successfully cast, but his avatar had not. If this battle was not successful, would people discover the abnormality immediately? Casting jade bones for the avatar. This is not enough. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and suddenly took out a divine weapon, a fishing net. Previously, he had planned to use it to catch people. Now, forget it. He would just use it as the foundation for the avatar. Without the support of a divine weapon, it was almost impossible to cast the avatar's strength to a powerful level. He was not a sovereign. Actually, he could barely be considered. The current Fong Ping, according to the classification of the past, was a sovereign. If he were to cast an avatar, casting a Breakthrough 7 avatar was not difficult. However, Fong Ping wanted to cast a Breakthrough 8 avatar. This way, the strength would make people believe that it would not be Fong Ping's avatar. This was because Fong Ping did not have the ability to cast a Breakthrough 8 avatar. This was something that had not been done before. The suppressing Heavenly King did not count. This fellow was not an avatar. Both of his physical bodies were his real body. The cat was a little reluctant, but a scroll still appeared in its claws. At this moment, a large amount of vitality emerged. Casting jade bones required a lot of vitality. However, Fong Ping was willing to waste it. It was not considered a waste. A Breakthrough 8 avatar was also combat strength. How could it be considered a waste? The avatar and he were considered one. With Fong Ping's foundation, the avatar could ignore the realm barriers. If it were old Zhang and the others, even if they had the same materials and resources, they would not be able to cast successfully. The avatar was visibly becoming stronger. Fong Ping turned the fishing net into a set of bones. Outside the bones, endless vitality was filled. This was not considered a real jade bone. However, with a divine weapon as the foundation and thick vitality enveloping it, it was similar to a real jade bone. Gradually, a jade-colored skeleton appeared. Fong Ping looked for a while. His fingers were still bleeding. After thinking for a while, he gritted his teeth and suddenly shattered some of his flesh. His flesh was so strong. At this moment, only he could shatter it easily. The flesh and blood quickly spread to the bones. As for Fong Ping, he was also absorbing vitality, splitting cells, and casting flesh again. Gradually, a complete body appeared in front of Fong Ping. However, the avatar's gaze was slightly dull. Fong Ping was a little reluctant. He still had to cut off some mentality. Only by cutting off mentality could the avatar maintain enough agility. Otherwise, it would look like a robot, obviously fake. I'm only at Breakthrough 9. Fong Ping was helpless. In order to make the avatar more realistic, he could consume some treasures to replenish flesh and bones, but not mentality. The Emperor's core had not been completely absorbed yet. It could be used as the avatar's power. The Emperor's avatars had limited energy. This was also the reason why the Emperor's avatar, even if it was Breakthrough 9, was not as good as a real Breakthrough 9. Coincidentally, this is the core of a Breakthrough 9 powerhouse. Giving it to the avatar will bring out the best in each other. Fong Ping was satisfied. Then he gritted his teeth. It was not enough to cut off less mentality. If it was too little, it would look too fake and be easily seen through. 10,000 hertz. Fong Ping was going all out. If his real body's strength declined a little, then so be it. This was an opportunity. He could not let it go. In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping cut off a piece of mentality, screaming in pain. Fong Ping converted some vitality into mentality again, maintaining the balance. At this moment, vitality 18 million and mentality 180,000 hertz had caused Fong Ping's strength to decline a little, but it was all worth it. The vitality limit of 42. 48 million was Fong Ping's real body's strength. Compared to before, it had declined by more than 1 million calories. However, it was all worth it. At this moment, the avatar's gaze was lively, becoming more and more real. Although his mentality felt a little weak, the avatar originally magnified his mentality. This was a consumable, not the kind that could last forever. The cat kept staring at Fong Ping as he operated. Soon, it bared its teeth and said, "Without the minions, it's a little different." "Nonsense. You know that I've succeeded in qualitative change, but the others don't." Fong Ping was too lazy to say more. With the divine weapon as the foundation, consuming a large amount of vitality, as well as his own flesh and blood, as the flesh cutting off tens of thousands of mentality, and the Emperor core as the core power, this avatar strength was now extremely powerful. With so many precious resources, other things aside, just the divine weapon and the Emperor core alone were enough for the Emperor to forge a powerful breakthrough 9 avatar. As for Fong Ping, the avatar that he was forging right now gave him the feeling that it only had the strength of a breakthrough 8. Fong Ping rubbed his chin, saying hesitantly, I had the strength of a breakthrough 2 before, but this avatar is only breakthrough 8. It's not right at first glance. If I don't fight, everyone will think that I'm hiding my strength, but once I fight, breaking 1 and 2 is different. The gap was still a little big. 20 million calories and 30 million calories. There were still loopholes. Fong Ping wanted to pass off the fake as the real one, but this was still lacking. The cat's tail swept its head, as if thinking, and suddenly said, Why don't you say that you're injured? Nonsense. I'm so strong. Why would I hurt myself? Fong Ping pondered for a while, saying quickly, It's not that there's no way. The avatar forged is stronger. If I improve myself, the avatar will also improve because we share the origin. Fong Ping laughed. Then I'll wait a little longer. When I reach the strength of 50 million calories, the origin will expand, and the avatar will probably be able to achieve breakthrough 2. Fong Ping had an idea. He would integrate the other cities on Earth. This way, the main body would strengthen, and the avatar would also become stronger. Before that, he would try not to fight. He habitually hid his aura. If he did not fight, even if they sensed that his chi activity was slightly declining, the others would not care. Fong Ping, this fellow, was used to playing dirty. Even if he displayed his rank 1 strength, no one would take it seriously. After saying that, Fong Ping looked at the cat again, chuckling. If I hide somewhere else, I'll be easily discovered. It's better to hide in your cat world. In the future, you follow the avatar, and I'll follow you. Maybe we can kill a few emperors. Now, Fong Ping was a little looking forward to it. Could those emperors see that this was fake? It was still a little fake now, but it would be hard to say in the future. As he became stronger, and the avatar became stronger, the emperors might not be able to see through anything. The cat looked at him in disdain. The more powerful the liar, the more wretched he was. He had already broken 9. At that moment, Fong Ping's mentality changed successfully, and the force was converted. The cat still felt it a little. Of course, now that Fong Ping's mentality was strong, after that period, the cat could not feel it too clearly. The liar was really getting stronger. In the past, the cat could still see through Fong Ping. After the change, although Fong Ping's mentality was not as strong as the cat under the cuts and conversions, the mentality that changed qualitatively was strengthened a lot. Fong Ping wanted to hide in the cat's cat world, and the cat had no objections. Soon, it swallowed the real Fong Ping. It jumped onto the avatar's shoulder. At this moment, who would believe that this avatar with breakthrough 8 strength was not Fong Ping's real body? The origin was universal. Fong Ping's mentality was strong, and so was the cat. Under the cover of a man and a cat, only a powerhouse whose mentality was much stronger than theirs could see through the nature of the avatar. Come out! The avatar Fong Ping shouted excitedly. It was time to come out. Soon, however, his face turned into a depressed state, muttering, What a pity my mentality still didn't change qualitatively. Sigh, I wasted the Emperor's core. The cat looked at him suspiciously. The liar was really good. He lied to himself, and it felt like it was real. Sigh. Fong Ping sighed. What a pity, what a pity. Forget it. I can only rely on merging the earth to strengthen myself. I hope I can break 9 as soon as possible. At this moment, the cat was a little dazed. Was there a fake Fong Ping in the cat world? Was the one outside the real one? The cat shook its head, and Fong Ping continued to sigh. If he did not lie to himself, how could he lie to the emperors? In his dreams. From now on, this was the real Fong Ping. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.